leave it all behind. Trying to find a better life if it's out there to find. Oh, yeah. Gotta break these chains that's on my mind. Whoa, trying to find a better way. Feel like I'm running out of time. Oh, I just wanna be free.
Ooh, need a chance to breathe, yeah.
I gotta break free. This place got a hold on me, yeah. So I'm breaking free. No more controlling me.
Salute and welcome back, yo. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Man, it's good to see y'all in here tonight. Cisco, what up, brother? It's good to see you in here. I seen your comment earlier too, man. Salute, man. How y'all doing? Man, I'm doing good, man. I apologize for pushing the stream a couple times, man. I'll be straight up honest, man. I ain't been feeling it, man. Since I've been back, man, my mind has been just totally in a different place, but feeling a lot better tonight. So what is good with y'all, man? Man, the Matrix, it ain't even the Matrix bothering me, man. It's just me wanting to be somewhere else. I'll be straight up honest with you, man. Not bitter about it. I know what I gotta do, but man, I want to be somewhere else, but I gotta be here right now, so we just gotta handle business, man. Lady Logan's in the building. How you doing, friend? She says, hey, Blizz, can't stay. Just sitting down for dinner. Just a quick hello, welcome home. And I'll check back later to see if you're still online. Sorry, I can't stay. No problem. We know. Look, we know that we gotta live our lives, man. Just what I was saying. Man. We got a comedian in the building, malnourished Mike Tyson. Salute. I'll take that, man. I get it, man. Look, you could joke on me, man, as long as you funny. As long, like, if it ain't funny, I'll probably block you. But yo, so if you're gonna troll, just be funny, man. I'll take it. So salute. Cisco says, I hear you, bro. I still have that Philippines on my mind 24/7. Yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, man. The way I'm traveling now, man, and I'm gonna do a video. About Japan, man. Like a real breakdown, and why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. I'm just not ready to do it yet, but I'm definitely gonna do it, man. Cause the way I'm traveling now, man, I'm searching for home, for real. I'm searching for home. I'm not trying to, look for excitement. Of course, I'm gonna have some fun, but I'm really searching for where I feel at home at, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh, I'm just joking, bro. Nah, not many people could take jokes nowadays. Yeah, I could. On this channel, I could. You know what I mean? I like laughing. I like joking on people. It's a serious channel, but come on, we ain't that damn serious that we can't, we can't crack on these. We call it cracking where I'm from. We could crack on each other, snap on each other, whatever. You know what I mean? But I do got a topic tonight, and I'm not gonna be up here that long, man. I'll be honest. Update on school. I'm doing really good in school, man. I'm honestly surprising myself, man. I've been acing everything so far, man. I'm not taking that shit for granted. I've been putting the work in. I'm halfway through my coursework already. Just a month in, I'm already halfway through my coursework. So if I stay on this track, man, I'll be done. It's definitely not gonna take me 4 years. So I'll probably be done 2.5. But that's the goal, man. That's the first step. And I'm glad that y'all are here with me. Just seeing it, man. Just at least witness how I get to a place, like how I get to a place like being a future expat. So it is what it is. So yeah, you can take a joke. Yeah, I can. Yeah, bro, that is great. Keep up the good work. Yeah, man. At this age, like I said, age don't matter. But at this age, man, I ain't gonna lie. You doubt yourself, man. Can I go back to school after fucking being out of school for 30 years? You know what I mean? Like working a fucking, not a job where I don't use my mind. Of course, I use my mind at work, but just not this type of shit, man. So hopefully, like I said, they were asking everybody what they're doing it for. Everybody's like, I'm doing it for my grandkids. I'm doing it for my son. This and that, this and that. And I'm like, man, I'm doing this shit for me. I've done everything for my kids and my grandkids. This shit is for me. I ain't lying about that. I'm taking communications and business. That's what I'm taking, man. And I think the communications, and the reason why I chose communications was because I'm already doing it. I'm doing it right now. You know what I mean? Not exactly, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it now, man. If you want to be technical about it. Then there's a business aspect to it. But I just want to learn everything I can learn. It's definitely gonna help my YouTube channel. It's gonna help me grow. It's gonna help me communicate with y'all. Hopefully y'all see that I am getting better, man. Like I feel like I'm actually getting better with my presentation, with just communicating what I want to say, not veering off so much off a topic, and just being able to be concise, say what I want to say, and you know. So I hope it's helping. I hope y'all can see it, but I don't know. It'll all come out, man. It'll all come out. But the topic tonight is stop spilling the tea. And when I say tea, I'm not talking about gossip, like how you hear out there nowadays, man. I'm talking about your time, your energy, and your attention. One of the three most valuable assets that we have in life: time, energy, and attention. And I think like we really need to sit back and audit, you know, how we are spending these valuable assets. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to tell you if you're stuck and why you're stuck. So stop spilling your tea. We're spilling it all over the place right now. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Even right now, man, like, I ain't trying to diss nobody, but what are we doing right now? You know. So I got a question for y'all, man. How you spilling your tea? Put it in the chat, man. Be honest. Like, just be honest, man. How are you spilling your tea? You know what I'm saying? You can say being right here with you is spilling your tea, you know, but hopefully I offer something. You know, I'm not just sitting up here talking about bullshit all the time. I try to offer something, man. Katrina, oh snap. Katrina, he said, well, I'm glad to hear you're being a success. Not many people have the guts to go back to school. You know, I'm still in high school. So salute to you, Katrina. Salute to you, man. I hope I can offer something to a young person like you. You know what I'm saying? All A's, congratulations. Just keep that good work up, man. Keep that good work up, man. And don't fall into any of this negativity you see all around you. Stay positive. Have a positive mindset, man. And you'll be fine. And stay away from the boys. Stay away from I'm a father and grandfather, so you got time for that later. But no, salute to you. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. I mean, I don't know you obviously, but I'm proud of anybody that's doing what they got to do. I'll support you. Absolutely. Cisco says, it's like drinking from a fire hose. Listen to the current events in the U.S. these days takes up a lot of your tea on the daily. Absolutely. And I was going to ask that. Because obviously there's a lot of people that get mixed up in the politics, the current events, the news. And I'm not saying it's not important to know what's going on out there, of course. Because I used to be one of those people that news on 24/7, constantly watching the news. What's going on? I gotta know everything. I gotta know all different angles. I gotta watch it from this angle, watch it from that angle, watch it from the middle. And now it's like I don't even pay attention to a lot of that shit. Not that I don't care, but it's like, what would my life be like if I didn't know any of that shit? You know what I'm saying? I would still have to go to work. I would still have to provide for my family. I would still have to do the things that I have to do every day. Regardless of it. It's like gas prices are fucking high right now, man. I know it's higher on the West Coast where you at, bro. I'm on the East Coast. I think I haven't even had to fill up. That's why I like driving a little car. I got back, I had to fill up the car yet. But I think I seen it. It was like $3.75 or something a gallon. Which I've heard some prices on the West Coast is like $6-7, so $3.75, and in that aspect, it's not that bad, but it's still over $1 more than it was, you know. But regardless of that, I still gotta put the shit in my car. I could complain about how high it is, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to put it in the car so I can get to work. So I could get around, so I could do the things that I need to do. So really, focusing on that, focusing on the price of gas, getting upset about it, does it really help me? Does it really help me to know every little detail about it? Yeah, it's good to know it, but at the end of the day, is it just still in my energy? You know what I'm saying? Is it still in my energy to worry about that? Is it still in my attention? You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, definitely focus on yourself as a young woman before you focus on the guy. Women in the U.S. have all the opportunities compared to most anywhere else in the world. Yeah, y'all do. And I support y'all. And believe me, we've been battling on this channel with the BS for a long time. We've been battling, pushing back against some things that these guys are out here saying. But young woman, like I said, I have a granddaughter, I have a daughter that I love, that's my heart, and I would tell her the same thing, man. Do what you need to do. Don't listen to all this noise out here. I ain't trying to preach to you. I know you ain't come here for that. So but like I was saying, you know, we're leaking, man. We're spilling all over the place. We're spilling our tea all over the place, man. And I don't know if it's talked about enough. It really is. I know money is talked about, but money isn't your greatest asset. You know, you need the tea to be able to get the money. You know what I'm saying? You need time, energy, attention. If you focus on being successful, it'll come. Stop wasting your time on this bullshit that everything. Come on, I'm a YouTuber, man. We're on YouTube right now. Scroll down your feed and see some of the bullshit that's up there, man. And I mean, I get it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? People gotta do what they gotta do, especially if they're monetized and they're making money off of YouTube. But it's a lot of bullshit that we waste our time on. Like, you gotta be real, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to talk about tonight, man. How are we wasting our time, energy, and attention? And I didn't make that up. T, the acronym you want to call it, whatever you call it. I didn't invent it. I thought I did for a second, but I was like, well, let me go check if anybody else put it this way. And yeah, somebody else did in a business aspect. So, believe me, I'll be checking now, man. Yeah. So salute. So before, let me catch up on these comments before I really dig in. Salute, Sunny Sunless, man. Salute to you. It's good, right? It's like 10 where I live, and I gotta get to bed. Keep up the good work, man, and I wish you the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good night. Get your rest, and salute to you. Come back anytime, man. We'll be here, and we'll be talking about positivity. You could guarantee that. So yeah, it's like you don't know what to worry about. It's too much. It's too much going on. If you focus on that shit, it'll suck you in, man. It's like going down a rabbit hole. And there's just rabbit holes everywhere nowadays, man. But at the end of the day, you have a responsibility as a man, as a woman, as whoever, even as a teenager, to take care of yourself. To look out for yourself, man. Yeah, you got family, you got friends you can lean on sometimes, but it's up to you, man. If you spend all your time focusing on other shit, on YouTube, or watching CNN and Fox, or getting caught up in petty ass beefs and bullshit that don't even got nothing to do with you, you know, who's focusing on your life? Who's focusing on building your life, man? Just imagine if you took all that energy and poured it back into yourself and into the things that you want to do. I'm not gonna lie, I struggle with this shit, but it's more around family and trying to take care of family and do all that shit and not pouring back into myself. But it's the same thing at the end of the day. It's the same thing at the end of the day. That's why I talk about this shit, is because I don't talk about it because I mastered it and I know everything about it. I talk about it because I'm actually trying to practice it, or I'm practicing it. You know what I'm saying? I just asked Cal to shout you out, bro. He did it right away. He's got your back. Yeah, Cal's a real one, bro. Cal's a real one. That's why I bring him up all the time. That's why I talk about him all the time. That's why I salute him all the time, man. He definitely a real one. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say about it, man. That's a real brother. Yeah, he had my back since damn near day one of my channel. It's been 2 years. I've had a channel for 2 years, damn. Salute. Orange Lilies, good to see you. How are you? How you doing? Good to see you in here, Ryan. Expat Adam, bro, how you doing, man? People wasting tea on the wrong person. Absolutely. Big Bro's in the building. Said, what up, man? He said, welcome back, little bro. Thank you, man. Amazing time over there, man. That's my future home. I already know it, man. Of course, I gotta take a couple more visits. But yeah. So I'm doing fantastic. Well, that's very good to hear. That's very good to hear. That's what I want to hear, man. That my people, the people that come here, are doing good. And if not, if I can help in any way, just hit me up. Russ, what up, man? Salute, Russ. He's on my high school dropout. Me too. Or kick out, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm here. I'm here, man. Last grade, I'll be honest with y'all, the last grade I completed formally was 9th grade. So, but I'm here, man. Anyway, let's get back to the topic, man. So, I want to talk about, like, where's our time going? I'm not gonna say you, me, whatever. Where's our time going? What's draining your energy, and how our energy is being controlled. You know what I'm saying? And how are we gonna take it back? Most importantly, how do we take it back? You know what I mean? Salute to Ryan, man, with the super chat. Ryan with the super chat. Salute, man. You get the TJ super chat. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So, like I was saying, man, like, we could talk about BS all the time. We could joke, we could laugh, but, man, sometimes we gotta get serious. Sometimes we gotta get serious, man, because, like I said, this space is for men and women who have a purpose in life, a vision in life, or who want to do something, actually do something, not just talk about it, not just be entertained. That's why I offer this space, and that's why I open my channel up for anybody that wants to come up, share, get involved in a conversation. You know, you just want to be entertained. You know, maybe this ain't the best place for you. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys coming here, man. But tonight we talking about time, energy, or attention, and I roll right into that because there's times where I just want to be entertained. I just want to laugh for a little while, man. You know what I'm saying? So I go somewhere and I get what I need and I dip out, and that's just it, man. You know. But I didn't see anybody put in the chat what they spilling their tea on. You personally what are you spilling your tea out on, man? You know what I mean? Like, come on, just be honest, cause we all spilling tea, man. We all spilling tea. Like I'm spilling my tea everywhere, man. I'm focused, like even though some of the things that I spill my tea on are goals of mine, like, you know, learning the guitar. It's nice, it's fun, you know, but it's something that is it gonna build toward the life I want right now? No. So yeah, I spill some tea on that. I read a lot. I read the news. I don't really watch. I read the news. I keep up with it enough, you know what I'm saying, to just know what's going on. What else, man? The music stuff. I've spent a lot of time on the music, writing songs and stuff. I spend a lot of time worrying about, you know, my daughter. I'll be honest with y'all. I spend a lot of time worrying about her. That's just real. Even though a lot of it is her own doing, you know. But I absolutely do. So where are you leaking at? Let's be real. You know, let's talk about time, because this is the most important to me. Time is the most important, man. Oh, hold on. I'm just about to get started, man. But let me say, salute to TJ, man. TJ's in the building, man. He in Japan right now. He got a little short up. Seen it. Salute to you, bro. He said, what up with the homie? Now I'm in Japan waiting on my girl to finish putting on her kimono. So salute, man. Salute, bro. It's good to see you over there, man. That would have been a twofer, man. If I'd have been able to meet Beat Your Life and TJ on the same trip, damn, that would have been nice, man. But it's one of the things, like I said before, I know there's people that I just know I'm gonna meet, man. Whenever it works out, it'll work its way out. But there are people that I just know I'm gonna meet, y'all, man. So yeah, man, never gonna stop worrying about my kids. It's a curse. Yeah, it is, man. Got the YouTuber in training, yeah. That would have been very rare. Yeah, it would have, man. But that shit would have been fire though. Like me and Beat Your Life in person, it's the same as I like that because it's like the same energy as online as offline. You know what I mean? I'm spilling some tea. I'm just learning how to river dance. Oh man. All right, let's talk about time, man. You already know I got my notes. That's funny. I got my notes over here, man. So, time is the most important. It's the most important. It's the one thing you cannot get back. You can get money back. You can get energy back. You can get a lot of things back, man. But time is always ticking. It's from the moment we're born, we're dying. Who knows when, how, why, whatever. But from the moment you are born, you are dying. That's the way I see it. It doesn't go up. You know what I mean? Time goes down. constantly losing it. Maybe 100 years, maybe 10 years, 50, who knows. But from the moment you're born, you're dying. You never get your time back, you know. And a lot of us out here are just wasting it, man. You're just wasting it on dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't got time to work out. You don't got time to build a business. You don't got time to focus on yourself, but you got time to be on YouTube bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You got time to be watching CNN for fucking 8 hours a day or however many. You got time to binge Netflix, you know, but you don't got time to go to the gym and get healthy or take a walk or meditate or read a book or do whatever you need to do for yourself. You have time. You have time. You're spilling it everywhere. You're spilling it left and right, man. And if you took an audit of it, you would see. You would see, man. You would see that you have time if you really broke it down hour by hour. Who knows? Maybe you don't have a full 4-hour block. Maybe you got 10-minute blocks like I was talking about before. There's one thing I got is 10 minutes to do something, to do anything, man. And maybe I'll get another 10 minutes a couple hours later, but you have time, man. If you take advantage of it. If you use it correctly, man. If you value it as much as we value all these other fucking things in life. You got time, like I said, you got time to scroll, but you don't got time to work out. Like, come on, man. And I know, like, we gotta work. We got real responsibilities. We got families to take care of. We're tired. We're overworked. All that shit. But if you're not gonna take care of yourself, who else is gonna take care of you, man? You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's perfect, but it's something that I had to learn how to do. Is to take time for myself. Really take time and do positive things for myself. Like just walking in the park. I went for a walk today. I need that, man. Like I absolutely need it. I can feel myself when the stress is building up. You know what I'm saying? And all it really takes for me is to go out, to walk, to get my thoughts out into the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And just breathe. Do things like that. I don't go to the other side of the world for that. I could do that right here. Just get out, breathe, go work out, go walk. You know, especially if I get by a body of moving water. I know that's my thing. It relaxes me. You know what I mean? But I could come home and just get on YouTube and just lay around. But I'm gonna get nothing from that. I'm gonna get nothing from that. So doesn't someone here run a call center? I don't know. He said, LOL, now that I know I can't go live when I want, I might have to get working on these shorts. Yeah. I had a little strategy. I kind of let it go towards the end of that trip. Because I had like 3 devices. I had the GoPro for like the action shit. Then I had the DJI for B-roll. And then I had my phone for like shorts. And that's how I did my content over there, which honestly, a lot of times I'm not traveling for content. Like I said, I'm traveling to figure out where the hell I want to go in real life. You know, let me catch up on these comments. DIY, salute, man. I have a saucer to catch my tea spills. Just need 100 subscribers to go live. I thought you only need 50. TJ went live before though, or was it something where you gotta give like notice, 24 hour notice or some shit to stream? Because I thought it was 50 subscribers to stream. Expat says, you're given so many heartbeats in life. Don't waste them. Absolutely, man. I don't think it's easy to say, and I know sometimes in the heat of the moment, man, it's hard to remember that. You're not thinking about that, but it's absolutely true, man. I've been stressing lately, which I'm trying to get out of. Really trying to get out of. It's hard to pull myself out of. Even when I'm enjoying myself sometimes, man, I find my mind going back to whatever I got going on. And it's hard, you know. It's hard to pull yourself out of that when you've lived your life that way. Like always worrying about something. You know what I mean? Like I can go enjoy myself, but there's always something going on that's kind of got my mind going. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I needed way back in the day. Okay, so yeah, you can stream from home. I'm going to kayak when the weather is a little warmer. Kind of fun. See? And especially like if you know that's your thing. Like, yeah, I know I ain't getting in the water, but I like being by it. Like I'll get in the water, but not no kayak. I'm not a boat person, a kayak person, nothing like that. I'll get in the water and swim, but yeah, I ain't getting on no kayak. But if you know that's your thing, you know what I'm saying, then it's good to have that go-to. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have that go-to. Like for me, like I said, I know if I'm getting into it that bad, then I just know, oh, go buy some water, sit, relax, you'll be fine. You know? Yeah, he said, yeah, bust out those shirts. Might have to spam y'all with some archival travels until YouTube stop hitting on my face. Yeah, do it, man. So I used to run cars in the trams, but not the whole shebang. Here's the topic for tonight, guys. I know I'm a little off. Like I said, I'm probably only gonna be up here like 2 hours, man. I done pushed this shit off so much from Friday to Sunday. So thanks for still showing up, man. I appreciate y'all for that. Matter of fact, I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Like, cause like y'all don't. Maybe y'all do. Some of y'all have channels and y'all are streamers, man. But when you see people showing up and it's the same people and you become familiar with them, they honestly become your people. You support them, they support you, man. It's amazing because a lot of times you hear that, oh, it's just YouTube. It's not real. But then in life you start making real connections. You start meeting these people in real life, and they're the same as like how they present themselves. And it's like, it's amazing because I never really took this shit serious. I just recently started taking it serious. Of course, my topics are serious, but everything behind it, you know, how to build a channel the right way, how to present yourself the right way. I never took any of that serious, man. And now I'm starting to see it, man. Like, this is real. It's not bullshit. It's not bullshit, man. You can meet good people up here. Of course, not everybody. I don't trust everybody. I don't want to meet every one of y'all. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna lie about that. You know what I mean? But like, I've never lied about that. Like, I said it before. I absolutely said, like, nah, I don't want to meet all of y'all, and all of y'all probably don't want to meet me. But it is what it is. If genuine people are out there, and when you meet them in real life, it seems like you already have so much more in common than just meeting somebody on the street. And I just love that feeling, man. I love the feeling, and the channel's growing. You know how we do it. We do it, you know, minute by minute, hour by hour. We're not spamming. We're not doing no crazy stuff, you know. And we just gonna build. So thank y'all for being here, every one of y'all, man. And on that note, if you want to support the channel without super chatting, without, you know, spending any extra money, man, you can do that by hitting my link and shopping on Amazon. like you normally would. You know, as an Amazon associate, I do get a small percentage. I have to say that. Um, I have to let you guys know that I do get a small percentage. But you just shop the way you normally shop. You hit this link right here, and then you just shop whatever. If you wanted to buy a sweater, you just buy the sweater, nothing extra, and then I get a very small percentage of it, and it works like that. And salute to everybody that's been hitting that link, man. Surprise. That's another thing that surprised me, man. A lot of y'all are hitting that link and shopping. Like I can't see who it is, but it just surprised me the number. So salute to y'all, man. Expat says dealing with life is easier said than done. Absolutely. Building his own shit. Salute, AJ. Salute, brother. It's good to see you in here, man. He said he been doing consulting versus moving back to San Francisco, so not at the moment for big enough check puts up though. Yeah. AJ says you're better than me. I push mine off months, lives, and editing off months. Yeah, nah, I just stay consistent, man. Even like I felt bad not going on Friday night, but at the end of the day, it was like, man, I got a paper done. I started on another one, and then by the time I looked up, it was like, nah, I don't have the energy for it, and I don't want to come up here and be half-assed. You know what I'm saying? Like not really into a topic like this. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know, like, I'm gonna come. Believe me, like for real. Especially doing live streaming, man, because I like live streaming. He said. I'm getting wore out doing the silent lives every night. I gotta start getting to regular lives, but I know it's gonna exhaust me. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, bro, you just gotta talk to us, man. For real, just talk to us, man. We there, man. We there. You know, I'm gonna let the silent live play. I'm gonna let it play. But man, if you talk to us, bro, I'm telling you, the engagement you get, you a smart brother, man, and you got the gift of gab. You got the gift of gab, man. Just talk to us, man. Sit down and talk, chop it up with us, man. We here, man. I'm ready, man. Cause you an interesting dude, man. You got a lot to talk about, man. Just talk to us, man. I think they're wrapping up their hairstyle, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Salute, bro. Enjoy your time, man. And let us see something, man. Let us see how that cruise ship look like. Adam says, I'll find a way regardless of the circumstances. Absolutely, man. That's how I feel. That's how I've always felt. No matter what, I'm going to make a way. No matter what it is, man. That's why I'm not worried about everybody saying, because I've gotten hit up on the back end, how hard it is. Move to Japan. Maybe I should go here first or go there first or see this place first. And I'm like, nah, I think, bro, you don't understand the way my mind works and the way I felt and feeling. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Orange Lily says, I appreciate you too. Positive vibes here. That's how I like it, man. Even the trolls could come if they want. Like I said, if they funny, they could stay. If they like obnoxious and offending people, gotta go. Like no tolerance. He said, I want to meet you for sure. But yep, absolutely, man. We going to come with me to that Mexico game, the Mexico City 49ers game. Who knows though? Who knows? Because we play. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, man. I don't stop. I complete. Yep. We were not raised to live. We were raised to finish the fight. Yep. I'm shopping right now on it. Thank you. Russ says, what deets do you get about the shoppers? Nothing. It only tells me what was purchased. That's it. Doesn't tell me anything else. I'm pretty sure Amazon knows everything about you. but if you already got if you already subscribed to them, they know everything anyway. But it only shows me what was purchased, the price, and then the commission I get from it, which is usually like it's like 1 or 2%. You know, which is fine with me. Like there used to be this little thing here that said every penny counts. If you're from my city, you know it's like every penny counts with the shirt and it had a penny on it, and that's absolutely true, man. Every mission leaves something behind. Sometimes it's you. Absolutely. You want a whole ass? What? Hold on, Russ. Explain that, bro, because I don't know what that means. You want a whole acid? I'm trying to consistent drop 2-3 videos a week. Yeah, I can never stay that consistent. The thing I can stay consistent with basically is the lives. If I gotta edit, if I gotta do all that, then I'm not gonna be consistent because I hate editing. I ain't gonna lie about it. Only time I liked editing was the 2 months I had off when I lost my job, and I said let me wait 2 months to go back to work. I loved editing then because I had it all day. Like I ain't had nothing else going on. Now I hate editing, man. I'm trying to learn how to shoot and capture content without having to edit that much, but I'm not good at it. So I'll just be real. Thanks for the encouragement, bro. I just need to get the watch hours up so I can get monetized. I think that would get me more motivated. Yeah, absolutely. But just little, like, just one step at a time, man. One watch hour at a time. You know what I mean? Because I've been there, bro. I've been there, and I was this close. I said it, man. I was like 2 hours away from getting monetized, and I didn't feel like going up. I didn't feel like doing the live stream, and I would have had it. And then, like 3 days after that, the big video I had about Cal dropped off, and I was like 700 hours, and I just had to start. You know what I mean? I just kept moving. I just kept live stream, post, live stream, just little by little, man. Like now I'm kind of in the rut. I'm at like 3,500 hours, but it is what it is. When I get there, I'll get there. Like I'm not gonna push it. I'm not gonna do nothing crazy. I'm just gonna keep my schedule, and one after the other, it'll come. And when it comes, it'll be deserved. It's okay for men to wear wigs. I don't know. You got one? Let me see. I can't see your picture. Why are you asking what I think of your wig? I can't see you. If you, hey, you want to wear a wig, a toupee, whatever you want, man. I don't care. But I can see. No, that's a picture of a bird. Oh, shit. So I got you watched ours a few nights ago, sister. Yeah, I just put it on and just let it play, man. Just put it on and let it play. Everybody saying, what up, what up? What up to everybody? Be sweet. Hello. It's good to see you. Good to see you in here. Yes. But is it socially acceptable now? I don't get into that socially acceptable stuff, man. Do what you want to do. Why are you worried about what society got to say about it? If you want to wear a wig, bro. Don't worry about what society say. Be your own person, man. Step out there, throw the wig on, do what you want to do, man. Why are you worried about what I think? What does my opinion have to do with how you live your life? Do you want to wear a wig or not? Who am I? I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to wear a wig, man. if you get made fun of, just take it on the chin, because that's the decision you made. Ron Lawson, salute, bro. Salute, man. Good to see you in here. He said, hey, Blizz, glad you made it back safe. Do you think you found your future home in Japan? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I'm gonna put something together about it. I might live stream it, but definitely got something in the works about Japan. It's not a comparison video. It's not gonna be a comparison video talking about this one's better than that one. It's gonna be about me and how I felt. Yeah, there's some differences, but right now, I think yes. You know, so it's just a matter of what am I willing to do to get there? What, you know what I mean? Am I willing to put the work in to do everything to cross the T's, dot the I's to get there? Because it's not easy. It's not an easy country to move to. You can ask AJ, you can ask TJ. They know. But what am I willing to do to get to the place that I feel like is going to be home for me? My new home. I mean, America's always going to be my home. Yeah, new problem, same mission, absolutely. So yeah, I got to get in a routine. You be alright, bro. You be alright. Like I said, I'm no professional. But if I can help in any way, and you already know, like if you do a panel or something, I'm there. Oh shit. How many watch hours do you need to get monetized? Well, there's two different levels, Russ. The first level gives you access to super chats. You can sell merchandise, and you can do memberships, basically, right? For that level, you need 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. The second level basically gives you access to ad revenue, where they'll run the ads on your channel, and then you get paid by that way, plus everything else from the lower tier, right? For that level, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I haven't hit that level yet, so I said we're working towards it. It's not, the subscribers kind of, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's easier than getting the watch hours. The watch hours is hard because you have to do it within a 365-day block, right? So I could have had a monster video from March 28th last year. You know what I'm saying? Today, March 29th, that video doesn't count toward my watch hours no more. So it's a constantly moving 365-day window. And that's the hard part, is because you drop hours every day. So if you're not uploading, you know, you're getting behind. But then it's like, how much effort and energy do you want to expend on constantly uploading? You know, the shit it's an investment, man. And if you want to do it the right way, a YouTube channel is an investment, man. Like y'all, how my mic sound? I just like I just bought a new mic because I'm done messing around with these mics and they're not working the right way. So I just invested in a new mic, a good one, you know, so I could stop playing around with this shit. You know. He says I'm at 2985 watch hours. I should reach the 3,000 in 2-3 days. Waiting YouTube do their thing because I can see the hours. Yep. Yeah, vidIQ be on the top telling you your hours. You just be like, yo, YouTube gotta catch up with this shit because it's saying something different. But salute, man. So you'll be there soon. Just don't stop, man. Keep that consistency, and we in it together, bro. Small YouTubers, we in it together. I lost it says, hey Blizz, was your trip a spare of the moment or planned far out? It was planned. I I booked it in October. So everything was booked and laid out in October. I really didn't have, as far as the itinerary, it really wasn't much of an itinerary. I knew I wanted to do a couple things, just a couple things, and then I just wanted to chill and see how life was there. Really chill, like not as a tourist. I did go to the tourist. I went to Shibuya. I went to Shinjuku. I went to Akihabara. I went, you know what I mean? I went up there and bungee jumped. I did, but that wasn't the primary thing. For the most part, what I did was chill in the neighborhood that I was in. Like, walking around. Oh, excuse me, these dudes with these souped up cars. I know y'all can hear that. Walking around, shopping, eating local places, things like that. Like, just little stuff. I was just chilling, man. Took the bike out, went biking all over the place, man. All over that neighborhood I was in. Walked all over that neighborhood. Found some little gems around there. But I do that. That's mainly how I travel, to be honest. When I go somewhere, I mean, that's what I did in the DR. You know what I'm saying? I walked around. I didn't really hit up no tourist sites. I didn't go sit on the beach, anything like that. But, and I think that's how I really got that feeling of, damn, I like this place. This is my speed, man. Like, even hopping on the trains, hopping off, hopping on this train. It's like, yo, I like this shit. And to just be out there doing it. Like, I'm telling you, where I was at, I don't even know if they speak English. I'm pretty sure they could have, but I wasn't trying to get people to speak English. I was just trying to navigate how I would normally just have to navigate, man. You just need 3K hours to get basic monetization. Yep. Stop spilling your teeth. I know I'm getting behind, man. And I'm getting behind on the topic, but I want to read all of these. I want to read all of these comments, man. So if everyone here tonight open another tab and hit play on one of Cisco's videos, yep, he would get there. He would get there. 1 hour at a time. Or just go to the playlist and tap on that playlist, because he's got a playlist there. So go to his channel, tap on the playlist, and let it play, man. Do you want to Kate Kiffin Friends? Salute. Do you want to hear a story? When I open up the panel, yeah. I'm not gonna read the whole story. When I open up the panel, if you want to come up, absolutely. But I gotta actually get through my bullet points here. You have to stay consistent for sure, yeah. I can't read the whole story, Kiffin Friends, but like I said, when I open up the panel, if you want to come up, absolutely. Robert Prater, I got a big check, LOL. Who got a big check? I don't wait for openings, I create them. From Adam. Let's just go to first year of retirement is the roughest. Figuring out a new life, what you want it to be. Life consistently changing, especially if you're thinking of living abroad. There you go. Yeah, Pinocchio. Life doesn't wait for comfort. Got the 7-year-old mastering the drums. That's what's up, man. My grandson loves the guitar. Ever since I got one, he loves it. And I'm sitting, he still wants mine though. Even though I bought him a little play one, he still wants mine. So we'll see how much he likes it. or if he likes it just cause I'm doing it. Cause every time I get that guitar, he'll get his. He'll run in there and get his. He'll be playing it with, trying to play it with me. But it's cute, man. It really is. Looking out running of the long form videos will help. I don't think short videos help at all to watch. Nah, they don't. They go to a whole different category. All right, I've already calculated the cost before moving forward. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Always trying to think a couple steps ahead. I ain't gonna say 10 steps ahead. Always, so I don't get caught off guard. Cause I'm good in tight situations and stressful situations. But certain things, if you catch me off guard, I'm gonna react, and I don't like being a reactive person. I'll open 10 tabs and start 10 playlists. Damn. I'm learning that, AJ. You definitely are telling the truth on that one. Years of structure turning into me just making it up as I go. I love it, but it's tough to get on a new path consistently. Yeah, you gotta stay busy, man. Especially if your wife's still working. You gotta stay busy, man. But I think maybe YouTube would do that for you. I don't know how the Uber's going. I think YouTube would do that for you, man. Just having that in a consistent schedule with it. Come up here, talk, chop it up with us. We'll be there. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you got to look forward to doing. It's something that's scheduled, All right, so we talked about, I caught up. So we talked about time, right? Right? We're leaking time everywhere, man. And we're never going to get it back. Next is energy. And energy is right up there, man. This one is it's different than time, but it's still almost as important as time, man, because, right? A lot of times we're not even physically tired. We're mentally tired because we're spilling our mental energy as well as physical energy, man. We're wasting it, man. Right? You ever go to sleep, get a good night's rest, and still wake up drained? Still, like you don't feel rested? It happened to me. I've talked about it up here. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's not just because my sleep patterns are fucked up. It's not just because my sleep patterns are fucked up. I think it's because my brain doesn't rest like it should. You know what I mean? Like, my brain is always going. You know what I mean? I'm not letting it rest. I'm not letting it rest the right way. So, yeah. I gotta be focused on that, man. Not just getting the proper sleep, but also being able to wind myself down before I sleep. You know what I mean? Your mind needs to rest also, man. We're carrying a lot. We're carrying a lot of weight. And I'm not just talking to men. I'm talking to women also. The times are different, man. The days where, men were the ones that stressed out and need to relax and kick their feet up, and those days are over, man. Our women are carrying just as much weight as we are, fellas. We need to acknowledge that shit. This is America. They're placing almost the same amount of weight on our women as they are on us. You work 45 hours, your wife's probably working 45 hours. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So, why go above and beyond what we already put on ourselves? Right? Why go searching for drama, for negativity, right? Why go searching for new friends or to even be around people, right, who only care about you when they need something? You know what I'm saying? Why stay around situations that you know you should have been walked away from? You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your fucking attention. It's real. These are conversations that we need to talk about, man. Because it hits on a lot of the complaints you hear out there. If we do these things, if we take care of these things, it doesn't get to the point to where we're coming up here and we're complaining about like how life is and how do we get here. This is how you got to where you're at, to where you're miserable. You didn't protect your time, your energy, and your attention. You gave it away. You wasted it. You gave it to everybody else. You gave it to people who didn't appreciate it, who didn't deserve it. Whether that's on social media or in real life. So stop pouring it out. Stop spilling it everywhere. It's too valuable. It's too valuable to spill. Protect it. Protect it like you protect your money. Because it's actually more valuable than money. You won't give a damn bum on the street $1. A person in need, you won't give a person in need $1. But you'll give a person that don't give a shit about you 4 or 5 hours of your attention. Right? Which one's more valuable? I'm in need of something. You ain't giving me shit. You ain't got the time to give me nothing. You don't trust me. I'm a scammer. What else they say? I'm an e-bagger. You know what I mean? But you got time. You'll give your time away. Some of y'all won't even give to a family member in need. For whatever reason, you won't even give them $20. They in need, but you'll give somebody that don't deserve it your time. Which one's more valuable? Your time is more valuable, and you give that freely. You don't want nothing in return. We just give it away. Wonder why you got nothing left. Wonder why you got no energy left. Wonder why you're not motivated. You know, it's because you're giving your energy away. Keep some for yourself. Pour into yourself. Stop spilling it everywhere. Put yourself first for once. Put the people who really matter first for once. The people that's willing to pour back into you. Put them first for once, man. I ain't saying cut everybody off. You know, I'm just saying protect yourself, man. Protect your time, your energy, your attention. You know. Let me read some of these chats, man. Thank y'all for staying here, man. Hit the like button, man. Please hit the like button for your boy if you ain't here. I don't know how many we got. I never really look at them. But we in here. You know what I'm saying? The last one is attention. I'll get to that. I want to catch up on some of these chats while I can. Too small of a channel not to try to read all y'all chats, man. I ain't gonna lie, man, because it says I have no need for validation. Neither. I ain't searching for validation either, man. I sometimes confuse sore back with being tired. I lay down and suddenly wide awake. Yeah, especially physically, you gotta protect yourself, man. Take care of yourself. TJ, where you applying AI? I think TJ left, but I make decisions while moving forward. Oh, Belinda is in the building. Belinda Mooneyham Adventures. Thank you for showing up here. Thank you for coming to the live. She has a channel. Type mine in the chat. Type mine in the chat. M-I-N-E. Let Nightbot drop your channel. If you have a channel, if you're a small content creator, type M-I-N-E in the chat. Let Nightbot drop your channel link so everybody in here can go support you. That's what we do here. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for showing up here. Pressure is expected in a world of chaos. Yep. Nobody said it was going to be easy, man. Especially if you're a man. Sometimes you got to man up. I don't like that phrase, but yeah. Who else going to do it? Salute, AJ. He says your camera is giving nostalgic gang. Absolutely, man. I don't know what that means, but welcome, man. Welcome to the Positive Manosphere. Cisco says 10 likes, bro. Yeah, thank y'all. Thank y'all for hitting the likes, man. Salute. Adam always with the good quotes. He says it's not my job to hold your hand in life. Choose your own path to follow. That's it, man. That's the point where I'm at, man. I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. I give advice. I talk about life lessons, shit that I've learned, shit that I'm doing, shit that I want to do, my outlook on life. I talk about those things, but definitely not trying to tell nobody how to live, trying to judge nobody for how they live. I talk more about movements that I disagree with, but I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live, man. Y'all got to figure that out yourself. And you got to deal with the consequences of your decisions and your actions. You know what I mean? Even if you want to follow the things I'm doing, it's your choice. It don't mean it's for you. Everything ain't for everybody. Tyler, salute, man. Welcome to the Positive Manosphere. Salute, brother. It's good to see you in here. And the last one is attention. And I'll probably go another 8 minutes, and then I'll open up the panel and see who wants to hop up. But if you want to hop up, man, I'm telling you, man, we having a real conversation. I'm not staying up here that long. Probably only going to be 2 hours tonight. So try to be concise. Try to get your point across. And then let people speak if somebody else is on the panel. I just ask that from y'all, man. Attention, man. And this is really it, because we're on YouTube right now. We're on social media right now. So this is kind of relative, man. You know, most people don't even realize that they're giving their attention away, and they don't really understand the consequences of that. You know, we live in the age of social media. Your attention is being farmed. It's being farmed, man. It's being mined. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fighting for your attention nowadays. Everything. Apps, streaming services, news, shit, me. I admit it. You know what I mean? Every video, everything for your attention. And your attention is being monetized. It's being farmed, mined, and monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like, I talked about this before. YouTube don't give a fuck what you watch. YouTube don't care what you watch, as long as you're watching something. As long as you don't click off. Like, even if you hover your finger over something now, it's like, even if you hover over something, they recognize that. Like, oh, he hovered over this video for 4 seconds. Let me show him some more. You know what I mean? Like, if you watch it, they don't care. They're not in the business of caring what you consume, as long as you're consuming. Everything is fighting for your attention nowadays. Good, bad, ugly, in between. They don't care. Your attention is valuable. Believe me. There are people making millions of dollars off of your attention. Like, you gotta realize that. You know, the moment you lose control of your attention, you lose control of your direction. You're getting led around like a damn dog on a fucking leash. You know what I mean? You're being told what to like, told what to not like, told what you should purchase, what's hip, what's not hip, how to think, how to act, how to move, where to go, where to live. Everything, man. We keep scrolling, we keep watching, we keep reacting all the time. What are we neglecting? Not building. If we're constantly watching other people do the things that we say we want to do. You know what I mean? You have to turn some of that attention back on yourself. And maybe that's the fucking problem. Nobody wants to pay attention to their self, because then they gotta face reality. You gotta face reality, man. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta look in the mirror and face what you see. Once you turn that attention back to yourself, shit gets real, man. But you have to do it. You can't have your attention be so scattered that you're not taking the time to build your own life. Damn, this shirt is pissing me off. Sorry, y'all. Because I keep putting my arm up here. Showing off the guns. You know what I mean? We're losing control of our time, our energy, and our attention. We're already fucking robots. We're worried about AI. You're already a robot. You're already being controlled. You know what I'm saying? You're already being told what to like, what to buy, where to shop, what to eat, where to go. Like, you're already being controlled because you keep giving away your time, your energy, and your attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if am I making sense? We complain about all these things. If we don't have all these things that we give away freely every day. We give it away freely. Like, come on, man. Really ask yourself, who controls my attention? Who? Is it you? Do you really control your attention? Or is it everything around you, man? Right? Can you read like half the shit I read in the news, I be laughing about it. I don't know why. I take it serious, but it's like I can see right through that shit, man. Half the shit I watch on YouTube, I can see right through it. It's trying to get a reaction out of you. It's trying to spark something in you. Why? What do they get out of it if I react? What do they get out of it? You know what I mean? Like, we need to start asking ourselves this shit. Time, energy, and attention, man. 3 of the most valuable assets you have in your life. Everybody wants to talk about their bank account, what they got in there. And I get it, that's important, you know. But I think the people with the most in their bank account are the people who learned how to protect their time, energy, and attention. You know what I'm saying? Every time you give your time, energy, and attention to something, you're making an investment, because that is an asset. You're making an investment, right? Is it a good investment or is it a bad investment? Are you investing your time, energy, and attention into some bullshit that you ain't gonna get nothing? You ain't gonna learn nothing. You ain't gonna be more relaxed, more comfortable, more feeling a peace of mind from investing in this. Nothing. Nothing. They don't offer nothing. So start asking every time, man. Like, is this worth my time? Is this worth my energy? Is this really worth my attention? And if it's not, move on, man. Move on. That's one boundary you can have, man. Move on, man. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody. You don't need to feel guilty about it, right? You just need to be aligned. And if it doesn't align, you move on. That's the bottom line. If it doesn't align with your purpose and the way you want to live your life, move on. That's it. Period. Point blank. You know what I mean? So I think I got the link. That's my 2 cents, everybody. That's my 2 cents. I know it took an hour to get that out. But salute to y'all for still being here. I'm going to open up the panel, man. Y'all want to come up? It's supposed to be barbershop talk, but it's Sunday, so we're a little off. But I'm gonna drop the link, and while the link is there, waiting for people to come up, I'm gonna finish up these comments. Let me see, a little rusty here. Hold on. I think I set this link up right. Let me know if you guys try to come up and it doesn't work. I read that one already. Said what up to Tyler. Beat Your Life is in the building. Salute, bro. Yes. Salute. Beat Your Life is in the building. He says, hey, Blez, you got that right about farming our attention. Yep. Good to see you, man. I focus my attention on what adds value. I try to, but like I said, man, I spill here and there. I'm not saying I don't spill, but it's something that I'm aware of. You know what I'm saying? It is something I'm aware of. So I spill every once in a while. Of course, we all do. I'm not perfect. None of us are. Sometimes you need to spill. Sometimes you need to veg out. I'm not saying like you gotta be perfect or you gotta act like you are. No, I spill. Sometimes, like I said, you need a distraction. You need to veg out for an hour, half hour. Not fucking 10 hours though. Not 10 years. Like, anyone who sees ads popping up related to what they're talking about in the house, absolutely. They listening. You got swole out. I would lose. I think I would probably be skinny in Japan, to be honest, yo. Social media is all about revenue, and it's easier to come up with attention and getting content that has no value than it is to come up with something original and valuable. People have gotten dumbed down. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Russ, I haven't seen that sometimes. I seen it. Oh, I guess the link this is the right link. You got Adam in the building. Salute, brother. I'm gonna let you up right now. You ready? Give me thumbs up. All right, here we go. My man Adam. What's up, man?
How's it going? We all make mistakes, but the thing you need to do is use your mistakes as stepping stones to create a better future for yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Turn your mistakes into something positive, man. Learning experiences. But the problem is nobody now, especially nowadays, nobody ever wants to admit they're fucking wrong.
The problem is people keep making the same mistakes, expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, and like I said, nobody wants to be wrong.
If you make a mistake, it's okay to hit it from a different angle to see if you can change it. But at the same time, you can't keep on making the same mistake if it ends up with the same result.
Yeah, yeah. Called realign, readjust, and then try again. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Some of the most successful people in life have failed over and over and over again. They just keep trying because they have that will, that determination.
Yeah, I've been kind of busy. The dogs here had the dog COVID version of the dog COVID, and I had them all treated and got them around. But what the difference is, it's hard to keep them separated. And what they're doing is they're passing it back between each other. Get over it and recatch it again. So that tells me them on them shots that they initially were injecting people with, they didn't keep you from getting it.
Mm-mm. No,
All you can do is
absolutely
treat
not.
the symptoms.
Yeah. All right, let me ask you something, Adam. I'm gonna try to have some questions, man.
And I try
Do
to
you
answer
think
honestly.
do you think people need to cut things off completely to grow, or is it just about being disciplined?
It mainly depends on what you're um, cutting off. It depends on the circumstance. Like family, for example, you can't always cut them off completely out of your life. All you can do is distance yourself with boundaries or consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try to. Some people you just have to love from a distance.
Yeah.
Other choices. You know, the you can't blame others for what you're allowing in your life. If you're allowing it, then you can't complain about it. The problem is people get so comfort. What if they find comfort in joy, and then some people find comfort in misery because they think that if they try to change it, they will actually do worse in life. But nothing. I mean, you have to. You know, if you're not growing in life, then what's the end result? You become like a walking zombie,
Yeah.
become emotionless, become
Stuck.
emotionless and stuff.
Yeah.
Stay stuck in the same problem.
Yeah. We all know a couple of them, I think. You know, because it's like I think you can stay in the same environment and level up for some people. But some people they just have to like leave entirely in order to hit that next gear. You know what I mean? Like some people I could stay in America and be fine. Like I'm not miserable here. Um and I do want to leave, but not it's just weird with me. I don't even think it's weird with me. Cuz it's like I have a decent life here. I have a good life here, but I'm not happy. Like it's like I don't feel at home here. Got a good job. I got great family. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing good here, but I don't feel home here.
Well, I say you can't expect a bountiful harvest in a toxic wasteland. So you have to move accordingly. You choose what's right for you and what's not right for you. You know, that's the thing. Uh, Opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
that what they experience in life and what they see that works for them or what they decide to allow in their life is right for you. The problem comes when people point fingers at other people instead of taking care of their own problems in life.
Got Cisco
And
in the
it,
building.
that's easier said than done. I know.
Yep.
I had a, but for me, I had a good wake up call at the age of 29 when I had that stroke.
Yeah. That's a young age, man. Cisco's in the building. What up, brother?
What's up? What's up, fellas?
Hey, Cisco.
How you guys doing?
Good, bro. Good, man. It's good to
Doing
see
pretty
you.
good overall.
Nice, nice. You both look good too. I mean, you guys, no, I hope you guys don't get offended by
Here
that,
we
but
go. Here we go.
y'all look good, look healthy.
West Coast. West Coast dudes, man. I don't know.
Wait a minute, West Coast dudes, what the hell?
I know I'm messing with you.
Oh damn. See, we try to give people, give them props. They get, like I said, they get offended. Oh man.
Nah, my face broke out. Like as soon as I got back to America, man, my face broke out.
Same. Man, that humidity, it's a different humidity over there. Philippines, Japan, I think all of that, Southeast Asia, it's a different humidity. I think it makes your pores open up, your skin gets clear, and then you come back over here, it's drier, and your skin's like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's weird.
Well,
I
like
was
in the
blaming it on my barber because he put some cream on my face that he never did before. I'm like, what the hell was that? I think it was only like Noxzema or something, but
Oh, wait, you're talking about West Coast dudes? You getting cream on the face and in the
yeah,
barbershop? What? Getting facials? What the hell? Come on now.
yeah, man. They gotta do the hot towel and all that shit.
I should do
uh,
that.
well, like in tropical countries, it's like a greenhouse effect. It has the heat and
Right?
high humidity. But talking about your face breaking out when you go back home, that might have to do with eating all those foods that have additives and preservatives, like this Pepsi here, for example.
Maybe.
Wait, what was that last? I didn't hear that last part you said.
It could, the
Eating
reason
this.
that your skin might break out is because of going back home, we're eating processed foods with additives and preservatives in it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that plays a part too, for
Yeah,
sure.
it could be that.
And it could be the heat also, you know. You know, I'm no expert on anything.
Yeah, it's probably a combination. Yeah, you're right. We definitely eat different here. Over there, well, number one, we probably weren't eating as much over there. I feel like we weren't like snacking over there, and we weren't just eating. The food wasn't readily available. Like you actually had to, go and find a place to eat and agree or what are we going to eat, and like we weren't cooking for ourselves over there. So I don't know, maybe if you cook for yourself over there it might be even better, but yeah, you come back, it's like you just eat the normal crap that you eat here, and yeah, I think it does make a difference.
My wife, she goes out to the market every single day and cooks for me. It's fresh food, fresh
Oh,
daily. A lot of
fresh,
it comes
fresh.
from, the farms here, like, like livestock and all that. That's from the farms, eggs, fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that. It's just like stuff like cigarettes, here, uh, other candies and stuff, which I don't eat. I don't eat much because of, my health. It's all kinds of things. But overall, I eat a lot more healthier in Thailand than I did back home. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt.
Yeah, I like Japanese food, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Well,
There's
it's
some stuff that
Japanese food's some
some
good
stuff that
stuff.
I wouldn't eat again that I tried, but I definitely was trying shit that I never thought I would be trying. So I
I
give
think
myself
just
Well,
a pat on
being
the back for that.
I think just being born and raised here in the States is just such a different, food is just a different, it's just such a different thing here, and the options that we have here are just, there's so many options, and it's all about fast and easy, fast, cheap, easy. That's the
Hmm.
business model. And so that's what we're just overloaded with. And I don't think it's not that you can't eat healthy here. It's just for most people, it's very expensive to eat healthy here because that's not what the business model of this capitalist country. That's not what the business model is. It's about making a buck, and you don't make a buck off selling healthy food. You make a buck off selling cheap crap that you can just give to the masses. The
Yeah.
healthy food you can make money off it too, but it's just there's fewer people that are able to afford it.
see, Brett, you said hi, Adam. I say, hey, Brett. Um,
Brett, man, what's
a
up?
lot of the
Let me read some of these
additives and
comments. Let me read these
preservatives that
comments.
they
What's up, brother? Time,
Yeah, because I don't got that
Billy
many, so
Times.
let me bang these comments out. Cisco, you up here now, so I don't gotta read that. He said, "I'm sending this slide to Benjamin Netanyahu, telling him you are close to getting a nuclear weapon." I'm in America,
Wow.
so F Netanyahu.
if it's a nuclear war, I hope one drops right on top of my head.
Salute, brother. Time, man. It's good to see you in here, bro. And salute to Brett. Sweet potato fries.
What's up, Brett?
So that's
BIY, how
it.
you doing, brother?
Well, what I was going to say earlier, and this is the truth, you know, anybody, you don't have to take my word for it. People can look it up if they want to. Many of the additives and preservatives that they use in America is outlawed in other countries.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I believe that.
With
That's
especially
why you
that
see.
what is it, the red dye 40 and stuff like that. That's outlawed in other countries.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I said, well, I was over there, I was listening to you and Cal at the same time. I was like having one ear on you and one ear on him. And man, if you wanna do something difficult, listen to a Blizzard live and a Cal live simultaneously. It's not easy, bro. You guys have a different vibe, a different cadence, a different just a difference completely all the way around. So, but they were over there and they were talking about, American politics, and it's just these formats, man, are just not the place to get a really good conversation going when you have so many people in a chat and you got one person that's just, they're able, there's, Cal's speaking, he's saying his opinion, he could just roll stuff right off the top, quickly and rapid fire what he needs to say and respond immediately, whereas people in chat, just it's hard for you to really keep up with the conversation. But man, the one thing I've noticed is that, here in America anyway, people are just so out of touch with what's actually going on. Everybody thinks they know what's going on just based on the limited information that they have, and on the limited sources that they get their information from. They think they know what the hell they're talking about. And I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I'm not going to say I know it all by any means, but I like to think that I'm probably a lot more up to date and up to speed on a lot of stuff than most people are, because it's just something I've done my whole life. I've kept up on this stuff my whole life. It's something I've been interested in my whole life. And there's a lot of complexity to what's going on in our country and in the world. And it's hard to sit there and watch people just turn what is really a complex thing into something that's just basically black and white. Like one of the things they were
One
saying
liner.
was, yeah, one line, the little catchphrase that people use and stuff. They think that they made a mic drop point, and it's like, it's easily broken down. It's just you have to have time to break down what they're saying. And it's like one of the things they were talking about was, almost basically like the mindset or the attitude of, it doesn't matter who's in there, they're all the same, and they all are, are worshiping the same master. And it's like, that's actually not true. It does matter who's in there. I mean, we can make an argument about, where, who really influences, let's say, the president of the United States or his administration the most. Of course, it's the wealthier people. They're gonna have a higher influence on them. We all know that. But setting that aside, it does matter who's the president of the United States. You can't tell me that, you can objectively say that under Obama things were as chaotic and crazy as they are right now. I mean, it's objectively terrible right now. Terrible by any metric. It's terrible right now. Unless you are somebody that likes that. I don't really see how you can say that there's a lot of things to really root for right now with this administration. So it definitely matters who's in there. And like I told them, I said, unfortunately, it boils down to the lesser of two evils a lot of the time when you're deciding who you want to vote for. You got to pick the lesser of two evils. I mean, that's just what we're stuck with.
Evil is evil, no matter how you look at it.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between evil of, somebody come up and punch me in the face for no reason. That's a type of evil. And there's a difference between that and
So
somebody
somebody
cutting my head
coming up
off.
and shooting you,
Right.
I would
They're
say,
both evil, but I would rather take the punch in the face than the shot in the face, right? There is a
I guess
difference.
so.
I don't accept neither.
Well, you have to pick one sometimes. And,
I would
if you have
say,
to pick one, you're going to pick the lesser
see,
of two
this is the
evils.
I'll,
thing.
I'll pick
This the
pulling the
thing with
trigger.
politics. This is the thing
Oh,
with
that's why we have
politics.
Trump now, probably.
And in the debate of politics, you get one vote. You vote for who you think. The problem we have is that when people try to influence other people's votes or get upset with them for who they voted for and try to, press their values and morals onto somebody else, you get one vote. That's it. And you got to
That's
live
if
with who
it
you voted
counts.
for. I mean, can you go out and advocate and campaign? Absolutely, but you get one, and unfortunately, for some people, Trump got more. We gotta live with it for four
Allegedly.
years unless they find a way to impeach him and get him out. This is where we're at. It sucks, right? It does. Like it absolutely sucks. But I think he won, and I knew what was gonna happen when he won. That it was going to be chaos. You know what I mean? That it was going to. I actually thought that it was going to shake some people awake, but I don't think it did. I think what it did was, drive people deeper into their own beliefs and into their own corners. Um,
And that might be what we need right now. I mean, because when things are going relatively well, I mean, there's always some kind of problems in the world, and there's always some kind of problems in people's daily lives. But overall, when things are going relatively well, you're not hearing about the president of the United States every day. When Biden was the president, whether you liked him or not, you didn't hear about Biden every single day unless you were actively looking to find out stuff about Biden. With this president, you literally
yeah,
are hearing shit about him
he's in the
every
spotlight.
single day. And,
He's in the spotlight. He's a different fucking. He's
he's,
a different.
yeah,
He's a
he's very
attention
different,
whore. He's an
very
attention
different.
whore. You know, but like I said, like I don't know, we were still dropping bombs on people during Obama's administration and Biden's administration. Like we were. It just wasn't frontline news. You know, it happens quietly, but that's what happens in America. Everybody's going crazy about this Iran war, but they do this every fucking time. If this war goes on for 3, 4 years, we're not gonna be talking about it. We're American. We forget about it. We forget about the troops that's actually over there fighting. Just like we did in Afghanistan. They were in Afghanistan for 20 something years. That's like
All
we
I
forget about this shit.
all I can
Especially if
say
the
is
administration changes to one that we like.
all I can say is I can only fix my problems in my life. I can't
Yeah.
fix the world problems, and people
Spilling
can
tea.
argue the point that people need to come together around the world and fix these problems. If that was the case, wouldn't people have already done it? What are they waiting for? You know, it's not going to change. Nothing I do, my one single vote is not going to change the outcome of what's going to happen. And to be
I'm just
honest, the Iran war, I think that would have happened no matter who was president.
Yeah, no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
eventually. I think
No,
eventually it was gonna
you
happen.
can't disagree with that when it's all about the oil, like gold runs the world.
I think eventually it was going to happen. I can't
We
see
don't really
it.
get any of our oil from Iran, so
They
that's
do.
not even something that we
We,
do.
if we win the war, we will be soon.
No, I mean
Just like from Venezuela.
we don't even need Iran's oil. I mean, we don't even need
They be
Iran's oil.
fumbling. They
But
be
I would
fumbling.
say that oil is a factor in that our allies depend a lot on that oil. But again, we under Obama we had an agreement with Iran, and because the whole thing you
You
know
got Russ. Hold up. We
revolved.
got Russ in the back. I'm gonna let
Pick
Russ up, and
Russ,
then there you go ahead.
pick Russ.
Yeah, I figure I might as well jump in when I help out my favorite people up
We
here.
don't. Oh,
So,
sorry.
you go
Go
ahead,
ahead,
Alex.
Cisco.
No,
I
you
interrupted
was talking.
Cisco.
I interrupted you. I
Oh no, I was
apologize.
just gonna say I thought I might as well jump in. I see my favorite people up here, so I thought I might give my bad
Hey,
opinions up here too. So
Yeah, we
We,
spilling tea right now.
to be honest, we don't need the oil in Iran, but it does give us leverage over our allies, and it takes it away from our enemies.
well, I
So
mean, you
it
have to
does have
understand.
value.
You have to understand though that that's not why we're over there right now. We have not even gotten an official reason why we're over there from the Trump administration, other than Well, Iran was close to making a nuclear bomb, which that's objectively and factually false. It's been corroborated that they're not. Even his own administration is saying that that's not true. So that's not why we're over there. I mean, if in my opinion, the reason why we're over there is in big part because Trump is, he's someone he's been bought and paid for either by blackmail or who knows what. But I mean, those Epstein files were starting to get real hot and heavy. Notice people haven't really been talking about those as much. And he's a chaos agent. He shines in chaos because that's where he can control the narrative. And you've got other, I think, in my opinion too. Russia is definitely behind a lot of stuff he does. Israel is behind a lot of stuff he does. I don't think there's any real good reason for us to be in Iran right now, other than those things that are not good reasons.
Of course,
Yeah,
there's a
we
reason
should.
why we're over there.
We
We're serving the agenda of a higher purpose. That's
we
above
absolutely
the
should
government.
not. We should not be in Iran at all. We
You
should
look at
not be having
ancient
war.
history to now, they always talked about it.
Well, I would throw into what Cisco said, and I'm aligned, I think, with a lot of Cisco's thinking, but also there's probably some market manipulation going on. Trump will come out and say something about the war, and the stock market will tank. Then he'll come out and change his mind, and it jumps up a few percentage. You only have to do that a handful of times, and you've made billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, that's already run its course. That's already over because that definitely was happening.
Yeah,
But I think that's run its course because they're wise to it now. They know that's what he's doing now. So it's just not, you don't see the market swinging up and down as much as it was before.
yeah. People are starting to understand what's going on. Yeah, but he's decimated so many institutions. So things like the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, you know, they're probably not looking at things with the way they used to be able to. So yeah, this guy can do whatever the hell he wants, and he knows it. I think a lot of it, is because of Fox News
But
and the
what
Dems.
do we take from this? What do we take from this conversation? That's what I'm saying. What do how does
What
this
we take from this
conversation
conversation, the
how
average
does it
person doesn't have any real control.
yeah, how do we benefit from this? How do we turn this into something positive that we can use to grow, to be
Well, we're
better,
doing it right
to
now.
be how?
We're
You're
doing it right
doing your
now.
part paying higher gas prices.
Well, I mean, as far as how I mean, yeah, no, you're right, Adam, and that's true too. I mean, there's no way around that. But I think in terms of you know because I hear that a lot too. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm only one person, and but no, that's not true. I mean, there are things you can do about it. I mean, yeah, I can't just go up to the White House and say, hey, change all this stuff the way it should be. But the more people, as people grow in numbers. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware of they had the No Kings protest yesterday, and or I'm sorry, Friday, and literally hundreds of thousands of people all over the country, millions of people, and then even all over the world, they were having these protests. The more people get pissed off, the more people demand that their elected leaders do something. Yeah, the better it's gonna be. Does it mean that it's gonna happen immediately? Does it mean it's gonna happen the way you want it? No. But what else? What's the other option? You're just gonna lay down and just let them do whatever they want? I mean, to me, that's kind of what the powers that be want. They want you to just get frustrated. They want you to feel like you're powerless. They want you to, think your vote doesn't matter because that's how they win. That's how they win and continue to do what they want. I think that's how Trump got elected because there was a lot of people who either sat out, didn't vote at all because they just felt so disillusioned and didn't realize that their vote basically meant a vote, their no vote meant a vote for Trump. And there's also people who voted for a third party candidate, which also worked in Trump's favor. So, it's like those things matter. And I think the more people have that, real disillusioned mindset, the easier it is for people like Trump to get in office. People that, and again, you can find fault in anyone: Obama, Clinton, Bush. I mean, anyone, Lincoln. You can find problems in anybody. But again, it's not apples and apples. You're talking apples and oranges. I mean, yeah, they're all fruit, but there's obviously differences between them. And I think if you want to sit down and objectively, if you wrote down the top 10 things that matter to the average everyday American, it definitely makes a difference who's the president of the United States and those things being accomplished. Because those things are not getting accomplished right now. In every metric right now, things are bad in the United States. And they were not, 2 years ago.
Well,
Some of them
Cisco,
were, but not all of them.
Cisco, I agree with what you're saying, but I am so frustrated that people view these both parties as the same. And in my mind, I hear people bitch about Obama, and that's fine. He had a lot of faults, but it just seems like it's just two very different people, Obama and Trump. And say what you want about Obama, we were just not doing the shit we're doing today. And I don't know, man. I just like,
What specifically?
Well, I will say Obama
Yeah.
reported more illegals than Trump. Where were all the protesters then?
Yeah, but he was following the law. He was following the law when he
Okay,
did it, where
that's
Trump is
that's
not
which
following the law.
Trump's not following the law by enforcing immigration laws.
He's not enforcing immigration laws. He's having,
You need to
he's having,
reread them then.
he need what?
Yeah.
I say you need to reread them then. Anybody that enters the country unlawfully without having the proper
Y'all
visit
spilling
is illegal.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking
Period.
about. Yeah,
y'all
that's not what I'm
spilling
talking
That's
my
about.
tea right
that's what
now.
I'm talking about.
Y'all
Yeah,
spilling
no,
my
that
tea.
I mean, no, we all understand that if someone comes into the country and they're not allowed to be here, yeah, that's somebody who should be escorted out. But the way you escort them out is you don't have masked people running the streets, snatching people up, putting them in basically concentration camps, and then booting them out with no due process. The way the Obama administration did it, you never heard about that stuff. It's a talking point for people to say, "Well, Obama deported more people." Yeah, but why does nobody know that? You know why nobody knows
Because
that?
Obama
Because
kept it
because it
at the
was not
border.
because it was not something that was done with mass people running around the streets acting crazy. And they actually followed due process. Those people all went to court. They had their day in court, and whatever the court decided, that's what happened. Whereas Trump, he's not doing that. He is not following due process, which is part of the Constitution, by the way. For all these people that piss and moan about the Constitution, nobody seems to be worried about that amongst these people when it's people going and violating Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, 13th, 14th. I mean, you name it, they're violating it. So there's a big
Yeah,
difference. It's not because this is the thing. I'm not against holding people accountable when they come here illegally. I'm all for following the law, but then follow the law all the way around. Don't say, hey, we're gonna make these criminals, you know, get out of the country. Okay, but there's a legal way to do that. You have to follow the law. And by the way, you have a guy who's a convicted felon in the White House. So for that to be the guy that's
allegedly,
no, there's no, that's not allegedly. That's a fact.
just
He's a
like you said
34-count
earlier,
convicted felon.
just like you said earlier that Trump won the votes allegedly.
Yeah, that there's a big difference though. It's a fact. It's a fact that he has been convicted of 34 felonies. That's a fact. Would you disagree with that? I mean,
Why is he not in jail?
that's a good question. That's a good question. Do you want to hear an
Why
answer?
the why the people on the S team files that were over on that island? Why are they not in
Wait,
prison?
wait. Okay, so yeah, so let's not jump to another topic. But so he's not in jail. Okay, the biggest reason why he's not in jail is because he was and now is president of the United States, and we're in territory that has not really been, you know, we've never been in before. We got close with Nixon, right? We got close with Nixon, but
They
he
impeached
resigned.
Nixon.
Yeah, he got impeached and he resigned, and then he got pardoned by who? Jimmy Carter. So he never, or not Jimmy Carter. What do
or
you call it? Yeah, Ford. He got a pardon by Ford. So we never were in this situation before where you have a actual convicted felon as a president. So there's a lot of case law that doesn't really conclusively say, what should be done right now. I mean, I think it is conclusive, but you have enough people that disagree that it would actually have to go up through the courts for it to be actually settled, and we just haven't gotten there yet. But that's why he's not in jail. but that day may come. I
Yeah,
honestly
he's
don't think
killing
he's going to
that.
survive this year, to be
He's
honest with
not.
you.
He's not in jail because he's president. Is that what you're trying to say?
Right
And
now, that's
how?
why he's not in
And
jail.
in 2 terms, they've been trying to impeach him, and nothing has happened. So what has
Yeah.
changed?
So I'm not
Well,
a Trump
actually,
supporter.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm
not a
not
I'm
agree.
not a
I don't
Republican.
agree with. I'm
I'm
not
not a
agreeing with
Democrat.
Trump. I'm not agreeing with Trump. He does a lot of things I don't like. I'm just saying where his change. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Well, I think
like I
what
said,
Cisco said, he's militarized, cities. We didn't have, the National Guard, taking over cities. That's
shooting American citizens.
yeah, shooting American citizens. Uh,
In
they,
reference to shooting what American citizens? The ones that are
Renee
out.
Good.
Shooting American citizens.
There were two people that were killed in Minnesota. You're not aware of that?
Oh, I'm exactly aware of it. They basically went there knowing the problem, went there, created a problem, and the end result didn't work out to their favor. You know,
well,
sometimes
if creating the problem is exercising your rights of free speech, then that's just fucked up.
See, this is the this. Hold on. Let me say
how
something.
is free
Let me
speech?
say
How
something.
is
Let me
that
say
free
something.
speech
Let me
when
say
it
something.
turns into rioting?
This is the classic thing that I talk about. I'm always in the middle because this is classic left right um, talking points, man. It's just classic. Um,
No,
and
the law's pretty clear.
the reason why is that the lens that you see it through, Adam, Cisco's never gonna see it through that lens. And this is why I
What
don't really like debating on politics. You know what I mean? It's good for people that's gonna listen and maybe learn something. But you're not gonna change anybody. You're not changing my mind. You're not changing
No, no,
Cisco's
no,
Well,
mind.
I
no.
think we can actually if we if we listen to each other. I mean, I think
I
just like
listen, but for
what
certain
Russ said.
things,
Well, I mean, it
like
depends on what things.
like you said, 2 people died in Minnesota, and I'm like, a lot of people died in Minnesota in protest.
Yeah.
What's the difference in this one?
Well, because we're specifically talking about how the Border Patrol, the DHS, is basically violating the Constitution, and it's Trump by extension. It's really Trump that's violating because he's the guy in charge. That's why it's relevant to this conversation. Yeah,
But
people
what I'm
die all over the
saying
world
is
every
that
day, but we're not talking about
law
that. We're talking about
enforcement
DHS.
killed people. Law enforcement was killing people in the streets during the Obama administration.
Yeah, but it wasn't
Yeah.
DHS. It wasn't
It
D.
don't
Wait, yeah,
matter though.
wait,
Why
wait.
does it
No, wait.
matter who
It
it is?
matters. It
Who
matters because
matters
we're
doing
specifically
the
talking
killing?
about that right now. If we want to talk about the government killing citizens, yeah, we can have that conversation. But we were specifically talking about DHS and Trump.
And that's
So if we're
I'm
fine.
talking about
But
DHS and Trump, it matters because Adam brought up the fact that, well, Obama deported more people. And my point was that, yeah, Obama did deport more people, but he followed the law. He followed the Constitution. He went through the process of due process for
Well,
those people. Wait, hold on, hold
look at
on. This is what I'm talking about. You got to listen. Obama went through, he followed the Constitution in that case. He was following due process for those people. People who come into this country, illegally or not, they fall under the jurisdiction of the United States of America, and they have rights under the Constitution, whether they're citizens or not. And Obama, his administration, understood that, and they followed the process. Those people all went to court, and whatever happened in court is what happened in court. Now, like I said, the difference between what he did and what Trump is doing is, like Russ said, he's almost militarizing DHS to go out and just without judicial warrants, by the way. They're bullshit warrants that DHS writes themselves to go out and just snatch people up. And in the process of them doing this in Minnesota, and this is one example, there were people, the guy, I remember his first name was Alex. I can't remember his last name,
something
but,
like Freddie or something like that.
Preddy, yeah, Alex Preddy. So he was there protesting the whole situation with DHS. He was not doing anything illegal. He was not doing anything that was, inciting violence. He literally was protecting a woman who a DHS agent shoved to the ground. He was actually going to help her get up, and then he got shoved down and jumped on. And in the process of him them trying to, grab him up, He got shot. His gun got taken from him. The gun he was legally carrying, he had a legal permit to carry. Okay, he broke no laws. They shot him, and
Did you see the other
It's
videos where
wrong.
he was
It's
going out looking for trouble, kicking
I don't
taillights out
know.
of cars and stuff like
no,
that?
yeah,
Okay,
that
There are
wait,
doesn't matter
actually
though. That
videos
but
on that.
right. Let's say he was.
that
Let
situation doesn't matter. That happened
Yeah, that
on a
has.
whole different
He could have been
day.
doing that, Adam. I'm not going to argue that he wasn't doing that stuff. I've seen videos, yeah, I can say that the stuff that he was doing, it wasn't a good thing for him to be doing that. Whether I can understand where he's coming from, or not is irrelevant. It wasn't good for him to be doing that. Violence of any sort, nobody should be doing. I agree, but would you also agree that somebody kicking taillights a few days earlier means that they should basically be executed a few days later?
No,
I
Absolutely
don't.
not.
First of all, I don't condone anybody losing their lives for any reason, and that's the sad thing when people do lose their life. The thing is he was going around looking for trouble. The gun that he was carrying is known for accidentally discharging, firing by itself. So that whole situation was bad.
Well,
And
he didn't get shot with his own gun, though.
no, they think that they heard the gunshot and thought it was he pulled the trigger, so they returned fire. It's what they think. Now, to fully know everything, it's going to have to go through an investigation. And you know how most of the investigations go, they're going to turn out into the favor of the ICE agents or whoever shot him or whatever. That's what usually they do. It. They play things down. The government lies, media lies, society lies, people lie. It's in all stages. You
But
just
but
have
there we
to.
go again. We're going back to the everybody does it, scenario where, well, all presidents are evil, all presidents are bad. Well, all governments are bad, all people are bad. Everybody lie. We can't accept that. We cannot accept that that's the status quo. That's the problem.
The
Is that everybody is
status
just starting to accept that, oh, well, everything's just fucked up. It doesn't matter who it is. And that is why we are in the case that we're in right now, because people have lost the ability to think logically, critically think through these things. Everything is not black and white, but everything is not the same either. And some of this stuff, there are objectively good and bad things that you can, again, objectively, demonstrably show that are bad things happening right now that have never happened before. Never.
I mean, you got a
remember
guy that sat in the White House for like 6 hours during January 6th and did nothing because it was something that he liked. I mean, that's nuts.
I
Is a
just know.
guy who's saying he's
I
glad
just
somebody
know
was
for a
dead.
fact. But the problem is, and I'm not saying you guys, but I'm just saying I just know for a fact that for some people, if it was a Democratic president in the White House right now during all of this, they would have no problem with it. They'd be defending it. And that's what makes me sick about the political debate in America now. Because people defend their side no matter what.
Well, I
Yeah, but
thought
Blizzard, there's
That's
a
what I'm
small amount of
tired
people
of,
that would
man.
agree. I agree. There is a small amount of people that they don't care as long as they're a guy. They don't care. But in
But
in in
it
the in the
happens on
larger
both
sense,
sides.
no, but no. That's not true. In the larger sense, Democrats are way more willing to hold their own accountable than Republicans are. You don't whenever how many Democrats do you see, running around in office once there's a big scandal about them, particularly let's talk about what's going on right now with pedophilia. you know there's a huge amount of Republicans being busted, whether they're judges, whether they're elected officials, that are getting busted for pedophilia right now. Okay,
Yeah, but
strangely enough, it seems
same
to
as
be.
Catholic priest.
Yeah,
you care
agreed.
that it's a Republican or not. I don't give a damn if it's a
I know
Republican.
you don't, but I'm saying some people, just like you said, some people do care. And when it happens to be Republicans, it's strangely enough, Republicans do not hold Republicans accountable for stuff like that. They will look at Trump. He's no way. There's no way Democrats would have voted for a guy like Trump. There's no freaking way. You look at the
I
people
did.
that are put forward by the Democratic Party. You may not agree with their politics, but they are people who are highly qualified, highly intelligent, highly people with high integrity. Okay, they're not perfect people by any means, but if you're going to tell me that you can put the resume of Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, you know, Kamala Harris next to Trump's, that they're the same, hell no, hell no. There's a huge difference between those parties. One holds their people more accountable than the other. That's demonstrably true.
And you got a guy that was saying, let's put bleach in people's blood to cure coronavirus.
Come on, man.
I mean, a lot of really dumb
Come on.
shit, you know?
Put a black light up their butt. That'll kill the bacteria. What? Man, come on. What
Well,
are you
see, y'all
talking about?
didn't talk about multiple things, so I'll have to make multiple comments now. First off, Trump had to get hard on illegals mainly because Biden allowed millions of illegals into the country.
Which is
That's a
factually
fact.
false. That's
That
factually
nah,
false. He did not allow
nah,
them.
he opened the borders.
He did not open the border either. How did he
Better fact check
specifically
it
open the
then.
border? Well, you tell me exactly how he opened, quote unquote, opened the border.
Then explain how millions of during his administration, how millions of illegals entered the country.
The same way they have since Reagan was in office, since before Reagan was office
When you
in
seen
office,
them in long droves, big crowds of people coming through the country,
and
even
that's been shown
Texas,
to be, and that's been debunked already. That's been
then
debunked as
why
well.
did Texas need to defend the border? And
Texas has
then
the need to defend
Trump
the
was
border
going
since
against
Texas
them.
has been a state. Adam, they've been defending the border since
And
they've been
then
a state.
why Biden called in troops and tell them they need to cease and desist and cut down the barbed wire.
When Biden had troops go down to Texas and tell them to
He
cease and desist, that's the first
he
I've heard of that one.
he, he cut,
Well,
you didn't see the videos and news of him cutting the barbed wire that the Texans
it's
put up to
it's
protect the
kind of
border.
law though. It's kind of a tough spot with the way the laws are. These people are seeking asylum, so there's a process where you're not supposed to just turn them away,
Exactly.
right? So they're
There's
seeking
laws.
asylum. The problem is,
Yeah,
yeah, we lost the ability to be able to process them fast enough. So when they say catch and release, it's like, all right, we can't process this person. We can't just put them on a plane to send them home. So we have to kind of just let them out into society and hope that they return to their court date. Now a
and
lot
how
of
did that
people,
work out?
a lot it's the law though. That's the
It
problem.
worked out pretty well under
And
Obama because you even said he deported more people than anyone. So how was he able to do it?
Yeah, but he also was the one that had the detention camps at the borders too, separating families and children from one another.
So did you
Yeah,
like
the
that about
whole
but
him,
see,
Adam?
this is the problem. The problem is that the government won't fucking work together to come up with a comprehensive
Just,
immigration bill that they've been talking about my whole fucking
and I
life.
agree with that.
well,
Both
they
sides.
actually had one. They actually had one, but Trump vetoed it. They had one that was actually bipartisan that Trump vetoed. You're aware of that,
I
right?
didn't read it. I didn't read it. They said there was like a poison pill in there somewhere. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't read the whole bill, but they were saying like there was a poison pill in there.
The,
Adam, what
the,
do you think about the
the,
guy that spent years going on and still does it today, going all over the place saying that he lost the election because it was fixed and had a million court hearings? Obviously, that's hyperbole, but a million cases where every judge said that it was legit.
Yeah, I think it was like 60 something court cases.
Yes, he had no proof. He continues to say it instead of just admitting he lost. Later, he won. That's the way it works.
I have to say that the most majority of politicians are corrupt. They entered their career on roughly about what 150,000 salary, and within a year or two, they multi-millionaires.
Do
The
you know why
problem
that
i-
is?
the problem is Republicans blame the Democrats. Blame the Republicans, and nobody is coming together to fix the problems that we are facing. There's got to be a middle ground, and nobody can come together. That's the major
Well,
problem.
politicians, the ones that go in and end up making millions or whatever amounts they make, there's
The,
actually let's talk about the legal way because
the
I won't get into the illegal.
majority, yeah, they're all good politicians to make it the legal way. I'm not denying
No,
that.
well, right, and there's a lot of people. Barack Obama is one of them. There's no evidence that he's illegally made any money, right? So, he's written books. He has public speaking appearances. I don't have a problem with politicians
The,
making money
the
based on the
first
fact that
year or two in office, though,
yeah, I don't know about how much he made his first year in office. We can go back and we could look at that. But again, whether it was his first day in office or his last day, it to me that doesn't matter. What matters is, are they doing it legally? And again, if you're somebody who is a person of interest that people are interested in hearing you speak or write a book, and if you put a book out and you go on a speaking tour, I don't care how much money you make from that. That as long as you're doing it legal, I don't care. And again, people who bring up this talking point, they forget that Trump has made more money off the presidency than any other person, probably all of the presidents combined. He's made
I
billions.
reckon
So
that's
if
why
that's
he
a
doesn't mess
problem,
up a salary.
well, yeah, exactly. That's exactly why he doesn't.
You don't need a salary.
He's setting down a $400,000 salary. Meanwhile he's suing the federal government for 250 million for some bullshit case that roughly equals the $300 million ballroom he's trying to build, which is another whole just ridiculous. I mean, this guy's trying to put his signature on the dollar bill while he's still the president. Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean,
Meanwhile, his son-in-law is
come on.
traveling the Middle East, getting money from
Egomaniac, man.
everybody for his hedge fund. And you don't think we're doing these people favors to get that money? It's just absurd.
And again, that is, I agree, that's business as usual. Unfortunately, whenever you have a lot of money and a lot of power in one place, there's going to be shady shit going on. And there's not one administration in the entire history of the United States that didn't have some dirt on it. But like I say, there's a big difference between the status quo of dirt that all of every single government the world over does, and the kind of stuff that we're seeing right now that Trump's doing. It's like comparing some kids in the hallway at a high school that are a bunch of tough youths to like the mafia. Like it's two different things. Trump is the freaking mafia. That dude, he's way out of control. And again, it's easy to
So
just say, well,
it's
they're all the same, but nothing gets solved when we do that. We actually have to have a little bit of nuance and and see the
so
difference
no.
between these
It's the
different
dirt.
administrations.
We
It's the
we elect
dirt
these
done.
officials to resolve these types of problems, but what has
It's the
actually been
dirt done
changed?
behind
They
closed
just
doors
pointing fingers at
is
each
better than
other.
the dirt out in the open. Cause it's all dirt. You either
But
doing
Yeah,
that's
it's
they
what
either
you
all
do,
doing the
dirt.
dirt,
Adam. You do the
they
same
either
thing,
doing the
Adam.
dirt behind closed doors or doing it out in the fucking open. Trump don't give a fuck. He don't care, bro. He's out with it. It's not saying that it's right. It's absolutely not right. I'd rather have him have some decorum, so we don't all look like idiots like we are. You know what I
That
mean? But it's either you do the dirt out in the open or you do it behind closed doors with decorum like a regular fucking politician. You know, and you dress it
bro,
up and you talk nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I see when I see a politician. That's what I see, man. I'm sorry, especially one on a national stage.
I
You
mean,
either gonna
what
dress
did
it up,
Obama do that was
talk
so bad?
nice. He didn't do. I don't know. What did he do that was so good?
Well, I'm
Besides
not saying they
universal.
did anything so
Well,
good.
he passed the ACA.
That's
That
huge.
was
Yeah,
huge.
I
That
was
was
gonna say
fucking
that the healthcare,
huge.
healthcare.
Huge. He got us back on, and he got us back in the positive when he came into office under the Great Recession. When he left office, we had a surplus.
Yeah,
You
he
know, and this is
increased
a common thing amongst Democrats
taxes
and
on the wealth.
Republicans. Yeah, this is a common thing with Democrat presidents and Republican presidents. In modern history, since
That's true.
since Ronald Reagan, every time a Republican president goes into administration, he builds a huge deficit, and then the Democrat president comes in. He's got to dig out of the fucking hole, and he actually gets us into the positive. And then here comes another Republican, puts us right back in the hole, puts us in a war, puts us
so
back in the hole economically, puts us back into deficit and debt. It's a pattern that's happened under everybody since Reagan. It's been that way every single
That's
time.
kind of true. Yeah, that's true.
And
it's
yet the Republicans say
it's
they're the ones who are fiscally responsible. How the hell does that work?
it goes farther back. It goes back just right after World War II, when you start seeing major corruption. It's just been gradually growing and getting more and more, and when people just get more used to it.
But
When
what
you
Cisco
say
said,
Obama, well, let
But
me
I want to
finish this
hear. I want
point
to hear
too.
what else Obama did besides the
Ob- Obama,
Obamacare.
you said Obama didn't put us in debt.
I
Is
don't
that
think
what
No,
anybody
you were
said.
saying?
he didn't add to the deficit. He lowered the deficit.
I have to disagree with that because right after he bailed out all those corporations that were about to bankrupt, and right after that
But that's not the
borrowed
deficit though.
trillions. He borrowed trillions of dollars. and
but
put
that
us
doesn't take away the fact
and
that he lowered the deficit.
he put us in debt.
And Adam,
We're
do
always in debt.
you
We're
know
always in
how
debt. You're
all
never
that
going to get out of debt. But the deficit is just different than just plain debt.
and also all that happened because of deregulation that allowed the banks to package and repackage these loans so that the economy was going bust and it was going to put everybody in danger. And so the world's economists felt that this was the only way to save things. So now you can go back and debate that, but I imagine a Republican would have done the same thing. We can't say for sure, but you had Republican and Democratic economists that were saying this is the thing that had to be done.
Well, I can't say whether or not a Republican or Democrat would have done it, but they have to look at it as an option. I'm not there to sit there actually blaming people. I'm just pointing out that yeah, he put us in trillions of dollars of debt. Would Republican president would have done the same thing under circumstances?
Well,
Well,
and
The
that's the thing is
chances that
our debt.
happening is it probably could. It probably would.
Yep.
what
I'd
Cisco
have to
was saying,
check.
I think, is there's been a pattern. If you look back over the presidencies, where the Republican presidencies decrease taxes on the wealthy and increase the debt and the deficit, and Democrats have to come and try to unscrew that up.
I think.
And
I
I
mean,
believe
Ronald
rich
Reagan
people should
trickled
pay
down.
taxes just like the average citizen does. You
I
know,
disagree. I think they should pay more in taxes because they're rich.
well,
I
that they have to debate and work that out to where things fair. And yeah, should they pay a higher percentage? I believe
here's the
they
way I
should pay
look
a.
at it.
I believe they should pay a higher percentage.
Yeah, I agree because here's the way I look at it, Adam, and I've used this example with people before, because you'll get people saying, "Well, that's not fair. Just because they're wealthy, you're punishing them," and that's not the case. It's like let's say we all lived on an island, right? And we all have there's coconuts on the island, right? And there's four of us on the island. We all decide, we're each going to get one quarter of the island, and we're just going to randomly just say, you know what, just divvy it up equally, piece of the pie. Everybody gets a quarter of this island. Well, luckily for you, you end up with the all the coconuts, right? And the three of us, we just end up with whatever coconuts fall out of the tree and roll into our property, right? Well, you know, I have we all have equal what do you call it? We all have equal responsibility, but you have all of the coconuts on your part of the island. You can afford to lose extra if it's going to help all of us survive, right? If you just say to yourself, well, hey, you guys are averaging, a coconut a day, and you need a coconut a day to live. We're basically living day to day, coconut to coconut, right? Whereas you got 20, 30 coconuts over there. You couldn't afford to give up some of your excess that you can't even use in a day to help us survive. And then people want to say, well, that's socialism. You can call it whatever you want. But at the end of the day, if you are not on the page of, hey, we're all Americans or we're all human beings, we should all be looking out for each other, then I don't know what to tell you. Because in my world, I would rather have everybody have a seat at the table than just the people who are the richest or the most powerful. It just won't fly for me like that.
Well, first of all, they're going to be people that make more money. You use it as a reference of coconuts. What I would say is you have to do what's called, kind of like trade something else for, the coconuts. But at the same time, the coconuts, everything's got to be fair, and coconuts have to be at a fair price where people can thrive. Now, corporations, as you see, they just charge them basically whatever they want. They charge more money, getting rid of people, putting in robots to run manufacturing, creating AI and all this stuff now. Where's that put the American people? And people think, they say, well, if they get rid of the workers, then who's going to buy their products? The problem is they're not worried about the average person buying the products. They're going to condone and relate and serve the rich. That's what they're doing.
Well, I think it's
That's where
pretty
that's going to
clear.
lead to.
I think it's pretty clear over the last 40 years that the Republicans have done less for the poor than the Democrats.
by far, by far.
But the Democrats is the ones who voted against
Vote against what?
slavery.
Well, okay, that's a whole other conversation.
That,
So
My mic
now
not
we're talking
working.
about
Alright.
conservatives. Now we're talking about conservatives and liberals because the Democrats of the 1800s are not the Democrats of the 2000s or the 1900s. There's a big difference. We can get into the whole Southern strategy and all that stuff. That's a whole. You got to look that up on your own, Adam. We ain't got time to talk about that. But the
yeah,
Democrats back
The
then are
American
not.
Get into that.
the American people are under illusion of that they still have freedom.
Well,
When you paying high taxes and inflations, and
it depends on how you
most
define
people
freedom.
want freedom, creating a society where people can make money while others people can thrive in life instead of surviving in basic
Yeah, we.
survival mode.
Yeah, I'd say we have that overall right now. I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't agree with that. To me, that's not a definition of freedom. I would agree with. But if that's
Why
your
you got
definition, I'd say we have that right now.
why you got millions of people now becoming homeless? You're seeing a higher and higher rate of that. It's due to higher taxes and inflation. And that
Well, in a perfect world, yeah, nobody would be homeless. Nobody would be without anything. But I mean, unless we agree that a perfect world is pretty much impossible, I mean, I'd say overall the United States is free under your definition. I think people do have the quote unquote opportunity to go out and do it, and that goes back to what you were saying about things should be fair. I don't believe in fairness. I believe in equity. Fairness is when you have a guy with no legs and a guy with legs run a race, a 50-yard dash. That's fair, right? They both have a fair chance. Well, wait a
I'm
minute.
talking
This dude has
about
no legs.
I'm
That's not
talking
fair. It's
about
not equitable.
fairness in basic human rights. That's all I'm talking about. Everything else, the life that a person deserves is the one that they're going
Blizzard's thinking about Japan right now. He's like, why didn't I stay in Japan? I came back for
to.
this
Think
shit.
about like
I
y'all
just
know
want to know every
listen.
time Cisco comes up, it always
This
turns into
th-
politics.
I
this
don't
is
know
the
why.
burden. This is the burden
I
of
don't know what
having
it
an
is.
open panel, an open forum. Because I do not want to talk about politics, but I'm willing to have the conversation. What
Look,
happened to
Russ
Russ?
Russ boned out.
Russ is like, I'm out. Like half
It's
the
not.
audience boned out. Nobody want to talk
Look,
about it. But I'm like, shit. But it's like, it is what it is, man.
It's not that
It's
I'm not
tough to
totally.
have these conversations. It's not
It's
that it's a bad conversation.
it's
It's
not that I'm
not.
totally disagreeing with everybody. I'm just saying nobody is coming together for real solutions. That's all I'm saying. And that's the sad part about it. And who suffers the most?
It's
The average person.
exactly, exactly, and it's
but it's
like
our fault though.
you want
How
to
said I
say
fall?
your way. Let me say something. One person wants to say that their way of thinking is the right way to think. The other person feels the same exact way. I don't know if where the middle ground is at. I always feel like I'm in the middle ground because a lot of the shit that Cisco said tonight, I agree with it like usual. Some of the things Adam said, I agree with it. I see both sides. So constantly being in the middle is like I'm getting like fucking both
Well, I mean,
sides
there's some things
punching.
you
I
shouldn't be in
have
the
to.
middle about though. I mean, there shouldn't be about a middle. I mean, yeah, everybody has their opinions, and all opinions are not created equal. Because when I'm talking about my opinions, I try as hard as I can to base my opinions on fact. And to be able to back up the things that I'm saying. Whereas, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think everybody does that, and that's the problem. I'm not talking about Adam specifically. I'm talking about people in general. We all know when we talk to people, they talk out of their ass all the time. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that everything I said is 100% on point because I could be wrong about things, but I'm open to accepting that I could be wrong about some of the things I'm saying. All I'm saying is that there is a right and wrong way to look at things. There are things that are factual and not factual, and you can show things that are objectively factual and or not. And when it gets into just things that are subjective or opinions, well, that yeah, we can argue about those things all day long. But there
Yeah.
are some things that are just that are objectively true. And I think that's the problem is that Americans in this country, we are being dumbed down. And I said it's our fault, Adam, because we are the ones that vote these fools in office. We are the ones that allow this system to continue the way it has been running since who knows, since before any of us were alive. This was handed to us, and we've just accepted it as a status quo, and we just think that this is the way it's supposed to be. And that's why I fight back against that attitude of, well, everybody's the same. They're not the same. This is why we continue doing the same shit we're doing, because everybody thinks that no matter what I do, it's always going to be the same. That's the
No,
problem.
I think a lot of them are the same. I think a lot of them are the same. Does that mean I don't go vote? Does it mean I don't vet who I vote for? No. It's just like I guess I do pick the lesser of the evil every time.
There you
So
go.
But it's
how
my version of evil. Is what I see as evil, not what you see as evil. It's my values, my beliefs that I vote on, not yours. That's what I'm saying. Like
Right, but here's the
we
thing.
may agree on a lot of things, but it may be one thing we disagree on that makes me vote a different way.
But there are objectively better ways of looking at how you vote, though. Would you agree with that? Like, put it this way. Put it this way. Let's say the three of us wake up. You ever seen it? What's that movie where the dudes they wake up and they're both chained to like these pipes in this room? Saw. That movie Saw. Remember that? I don't know if you guys saw that. Anyway, let's say the three of us wake up tomorrow and we're all chained to these poles in the room. Okay, Blizzard, your biggest concern is, man, I'm hungry. We need to find some food. Adam's concern is, hey, we need to get these fucking chains off so we can get out of here. And my concern is, well, it's cold in here, guys. It's not warm enough in here. Okay, between the three of us, we all have valid concerns. We do need to eat at some point. Yeah, if it's too cold, we could die of hypothermia. But in the immediate need right now, Adam is right. We need to get these fucking chains off and get the hell out of here. Okay, and that's how voters look at things in this country. Is that you have some people who are one item voters. They worry about one thing, and that's all they care about. That's the only reason, that's the only thing that they're voting for. It could be abortion, it could be
Hmm.
gay rights, it could be transgender, it could be, but they vote for that one thing. And what I'm saying is that that's a wrong way to look at it most of the time, because you're not the only person in this world. You should be thinking about your own concerns, of course, but you also have to think about the country as a whole. And that is the biggest problem with Americans, that we don't think of each other as, family. We don't think of each other as human beings. We think of each other as enemies, as competition, and we vote for our own self-interest. And that's why we have the two-party system as it is right now.
Yeah, but how do
well,
you
well,
change
I,
that when we're not the same? We're a country made up of different values,
By having these
different cultures.
conversations.
We're made
what
up
I
of
would like
different
to
cultures.
what I would like to say is, I said it many times before. My definition of insanity is thinking you're normal. We all must up in some kind of way in today's world. Why do I say that I don't believe our votes actually matter anymore? Because a lot of politicians get up there and call for people's votes, making a lot of empty promises when they don't actually hold, hold to those promises when they get into office. A
Well,
lot of
that
them
means
do it.
your vote.
Even
I
That means
agree.
your
Trump,
vote don't
Biden.
matter.
I
That
agree.
means your vote don't matter. My vote matters. I never said like the only time I'll say my vote don't matter is in like a national election, and I live in a deep blue state. You know what I mean? That's when I say it don't matter. But locally, I do believe my vote matters. So I'm not
Well,
saying
it
that.
matters though. What it does matter. It doesn't, the effect that it has on the whole may not be, sizable. Yeah, if you're in a deep blue state and you're voting for a Republican, yeah, your vote doesn't really have an effect on the overall at the end of the day, but it does matter. But these conversations do matter though. If you're that guy who's that Republican living in a deep blue area, one thing that you can do is talk to your neighbors, talk to your family, talk to your friends, talk to your coworkers. Little by little, you might change some minds, and maybe it's only one or two people, but if enough people did that, if we had these kind of conversations more often, more of us across the country, we probably would have a better informed electorate. Because right now, one of the things that Project 2025 and other, people and institutions in the past have argued is that the average person is just too dumb. They shouldn't be voting. I kind of agree with it. They are dumb. They shouldn't be voting. But I don't think we should take away the right to vote. What I think is we need to better educate our citizens, make them more, more conscious of what they should know in the political process. You go out and ask the average person on the street what are the three branches of government, they're not going to be able to tell you. And these are the people that are voting right now. Like, how
Yeah,
crazy is that?
But what I'm
yeah, but
saying
Oh,
is
hey,
I,
real quick,
that's not
hey, real
what
quick, Blizzard.
that's not what we're debating. We're not debating that. We're debating basically whether you are for Trump or against Trump. That's what we're debating
I'm neither.
constantly, constantly. You know what I'm saying? We're not educating.
I think for anyone to say that they're not against what the kind of person that Trump is and the job that he's doing as the president of the United States, I don't even know where to start. You know, and
But that's
and
the
and I know
thing,
both
though.
both of you guys are kind of saying, well, I'm in the middle. Look, are either one of you in the middle when it comes to pedophilia? Are you in the middle on that issue?
No, but
Of course
that
not.
pedophilia didn't start with Trump.
No. I'm just asking that. I'm apart from Trump. I'm not even. Don't even
Oh,
think about Trump in this. I
oh
know it's
hell no!
hard.
I thought you about
I
to
know it's
say.
hard. I know it's hard not to think about it with him. But okay. I'll pick another topic. I'll pick another topic.
Yeah.
How about raping women? Oh wait, no, I can't bring that up because that's something he does too. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about burning somebody's house down for no good reason. You just decide to randomly go up to somebody's house and burn it down for no reason. Who's in the middle on that topic? Nobody. Okay, so to me, to say, well, I'm in the middle, I think some things, yeah, you can be kind of undecided on, but when you look at what this guy's doing and the kind of person that he is, I don't understand how people can be undecided on that. He is a convicted felon. He is a guy who's been held civilly liable for raping a woman. He is a guy who has a long history of racism, who's been sued and has lost money because of racism. He's a guy who's bankrupted casinos. How do you bankrupt a casino? Yet he still maintains the illusion that he's a businessman. He's a guy that has no freaking vocabulary. He has like a third grade vocabulary. This guy is not qualified to be the president of the United States under any
But
metric whatsoever.
I
How can
get
you
it.
be on the fence with this guy?
I get
I
it.
don't.
But
That's what I don't get.
he's been voted as the
T.
president
Marsh, does that answer your
twice.
question?
He's been voted at. Well, we was talking about time, energy, and attention, but that shit got. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, all
what
right,
I
you
would
can
like to
say
go
all
back
of that,
to.
and you can say
Adam
why
hijacked the conversation with his
and
politics.
No,
why.
you started it.
But he's there. He's there. He's there. What do you do about it now? You inform the public. You inform the electorate about the importance of voting. You know what I mean? But if you frame it around all just Trump, then you lose people immediately. You
Oh, it's a
lose
bigger,
people
deeper problem than Trump.
immediately.
Trump is a symptom. Trump is a
You know?
symptom. There's a deeper problem in the United
Exactly.
States.
Exactly.
It's a problem on both sides of the government, in different aspects. The point is what's going to be done about it. What has been done about it?
We will have a Democrat as a fucking as the president the next time.
I don't
The
know.
next
Maybe,
election.
maybe
We'll
not.
have a Democrat. If they put up somebody decent, I guess.
I can
But look
say
what you got
whoever.
to
Russ is
choose
asking to
from.
come up.
Look what you got to look what you got to choose from, man. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Gavin
nobody like
Newsom,
Trump on the Democrat side. Nobody. I think
there
Gavin Newsom
isn't.
would make a decent president. I don't
He's
the stuff.
offensive. He's
He's offensive.
offensive though.
How's
Who
he
Yeah.
would make
offensive?
a decent president?
Definitely compared to what we have now, but as the status quo
I
for our
mean,
presidency, yeah,
You
he
who?
would
just
be.
I
see.
didn't hear you. I
I
didn't
see
hear
it
the
like
Oh,
this.
names.
I'm sorry, Gavin Newsom.
I see it like this. I don't know a lot about Gavin Newsom. From what I seen about from him, it was highly offensive, and
Wait, what? What was
he
offensive?
would have to work when he went to speak at the college, um, uh, HBCU, and he tried to dumb himself down in front of these highly educated black people. Oh, I'm just like you. I got a low score on my SAT. I'm like, it's just shit like that you have to choose from. Now, is that worse than what Trump is doing? No. But in my mind, it's still fucking offensive. You're probably the stupidest person in that room full of those highly
Bro,
educated people.
I'm not going to
The
disagree with
same,
you. I vaguely heard something about that. I'm gonna have to look that up
I
because I did
seen
hear
it.
something
I
about
seen the
that. I
video.
never, yeah, I never went and looked that up. I did hear something about that. I'm gonna look that up. but here's the problem that we have, especially in the Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent, registered independent, but I
I'm
tend to
in.
You
vote
ain't no
most
independent,
common.
bro.
No, I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat by any means. The only way I could be a Democrat is if I register as a Democrat. Now, if you want to talk about my politics as far as whether I'm progressive or I'm conservative, I'm 100% progressive. You know, people say liberal. I'm not a liberal. I'm a progressive. And so, in any case, this is the problem with progressives. This is the problem with liberals, actually, and the Democratic Party. We will take. Let's just assume that what you said about Gavin Newsom is true, because I have no reason to believe that that's not true. But that's the kind of ticky tack stuff that we'll point at. Yeah, he said something that came off, bad, uh, somewhat offensive and racist, and
Exactly.
by
Racist.
all means, it was. But here's
Racist.
the thing. But
While
here's
we
the thing.
say that they're same on both sides, bro. Like
Right? Trump
the
is
thing
a
with me is
rapist,
I don't
bro.
I
Trump
don't
is a literal
I'm not saying I
rapist.
don't care. I'm not saying I don't care about that
He's
stuff.
a literal
You
rapist.
know what
He
I
is a
mean?
literal 34
But
convicted felon. And he still became the president. That is the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. A guy like Trump will never get voted in by the Democratic Party. It will never
And
happen because they
and
hold their
why
a
people
guy
more
like
accountable
Gavin
and to a
Newsom
higher standard.
will. But a
But
why
Gavin
is
Newsom
Gavin
is not
that?
a
Newsom
rapist,
will.
bro.
But a
Right,
guy
but
like
Why,
Gavin Newsom will.
there's no one. You or I could not point to anyone on this planet that is 100% blemish free, that doesn't have anything that anybody could not complain about them, right? There's no one.
No.
And you could say, you know what, Gavin Newsom, he said this racist thing one time. Okay, yeah, that's a blemish on him. Okay, but when I add up all of the things that are quote unquote blemishes on his record, and I set that down next to what Trump has going on, it's not even close. It's like the difference between the sun and a pea. It's not even close. I don't
In
want a
your
perfect
eyes.
candidate. Wait, but I don't want a perfect candidate. I want somebody who is going to be the best potential candidate that we have to choose from. And right
Russ is
now,
up.
on the
Russ is up.
Democratic Party, that to me that is Gavin Newsom. He's the best we have right now. He's not perfect. He's the best we have right now.
I don't know
Yeah,
nothing about the. I don't. Sorry, go ahead, Russ. You haven't been
no, no,
talking.
no. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, yeah, like Cisco was saying, most politicians are just assholes in general, and we're kind of
Period.
stuck
Yeah.
with the system we have.
Period.
But I guess when you have to pick the lesser of two evils, things like that, you gotta think Trump is a major racist. Just out and out talking about shithole countries and stuff, didn't want to
But
have black
why is
people in the properties that he owned. His daddy left him like $400 million, and so he's been able to
Gavin
become a
Newsom the
TV
best
star.
candidate?
He's not.
Why
He's
is it
not.
Gavin Newsom the best
As on
I
the
candidate?
don't
on the
even know
on
who
the
the guy
Democratic
is.
side,
He's the
right
governor
now, I
of
think he's the best
California.
candidate.
Why?
On the
I
I
don't
don't
know a
know.
lot
well,
about him. Like I said, I haven't researched him yet. I don't think he's announced that he's running yet.
he
So,
hasn't announced
He's
it, but
ready. He's yeah,
but
he's
you know
getting
what they're
ready.
doing. They're gearing up. They're gearing up.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
Why
give you
getting
I'll
isn't
give
he
you
the
ready.
reasons
best
why he's the best
candidate?
one right now. I'll give you reasons why he's the best one. Okay, number one, he's a white male. That's one reason right there. Not that I think that that's a good reason, but I think that Americans voting, he's a white male. He's going to be way more palatable to a lot more people. That's a fact. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's a big thing right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but that's a reality. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another reason why, because I could say Alexandria Ocasio Cortez would be another person who I would think could potentially be,
What about
considered.
Pete? What about
Pete
Pete?
Hegseth, he'd be another one I would
Buttigieg.
consider. Or
Buttigieg.
not Hegseth, Buttigieg. Yeah, damn, not Pete
Yeah.
Hegseth. Holy shit. Pete Buttigieg. He'd be
You'd be
another one I'd say.
surprised.
But he has what going on? He's a gay man. There's
Yeah.
no way
Yeah.
if they can't put a woman in there, if they
Yeah.
can't put a a person of color in there, you're not gonna put a gay. That's the in my opinion. If I had to guess, I would say conservatives would rather have a woman or a black man as president before they have a gay guy as president.
Yeah. I think you're
I
right.
think
I
Pete
think you're
Buttigieg
right.
is very
Yeah.
qualified, but that's a strike against him. We want
Right.
somebody, and T. Marsh just said it. Nobody's perfect, right? And I don't want a perfect candidate. I want somebody who can win and somebody who can move things in a positive direction. And like I said, I think Gavin Newsom is that person that we have the best chance of winning and moving things in a positive direction. He is the governor of the state with the biggest economy in the country. California has the fourth largest economy in the world. If California
He's
was a country, it'd be the fourth largest
he's
economy
from
in the world.
California.
Yeah. See, and Adams.
Who you
Oh,
want,
oh
governor?
no, he's from California. Okay, I
The
mean,
governor.
Like I say, I don't know the
I,
guy. I'll have to
I don't know.
research him.
I know who he is. He's a big name in politics for
Yeah,
Well,
years.
he's
I
a
don't.
very smart guy. He's
I
very
don't
he has
know
a
enough
very
about him.
strong resume. Yeah, look him up. But he's a very smart guy. He has a very good resume.
Well, if he
Again,
chooses to run
personally,
for president, I'll look him up. If not, I ain't looking him up.
yeah. I mean,
well,
other than
You know
he's
that,
what I
yeah,
gonna
you
mean?
run.
might
He's
maybe you
gonna
wouldn't, but he's gonna
what
run.
people what people have to
Yeah,
understand me is
definitely
I've been
gonna run.
overseas for the past 13 years. I'm not up to date on every single thing that's happening over in America.
Oh, no doubt.
I don't
Yeah,
know every
but
single
y'all
individual.
expats always got a damn opinion about every damn thing that's going on.
I'm,
Hey,
Yeah,
I
we
I,
don't know
I
either.
respect Adam for that though.
I
Hey, I
don't make no
respect Adam for that
apologies
though,
for
At
man.
being
least you said
myself.
it though. At least you said it though.
I
Damn,
don't make
well,
I'm kidding,
apologies for
bro.
being
No,
myself.
I'm kidding,
Hey,
Um,
bro.
respect, Adam. Respect,
I'm
bro.
kidding,
I
man.
respect him
I'm
for that. He
kidding.
could be
you,
sitting over there not worried about anything, but he actually, he
Nah, I'm
actually has
kidding.
opinions and thoughts
I'm
on
kidding,
stuff.
Adam. Don't take me
well,
seriously, bro. I'm joking.
I'm just reacting to what y'all say and basically how if I'm going through that, like personal things that happen in my life, I know what I'm going to do, and things that haven't happened yet, or if presents a problem or comes up in my life, then I like to think what I would do. Does that mean that would be the actual outcome? No.
Yeah, nah.
well, Adam, you seem to. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I get the impression you are pro-Trump. Is that true, or am I wrong?
I like I said, I, I'm pretty much firm believer. Two wings of the same bird, serving the puppet master.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
a,
I get that. I get that.
because the politicians accept money, donations, bribes from certain groups of people, whether if it's a higher like world banks or just the average rich person. And why do people do that? Because they want that. They either feel like the person is going to represent with their beliefs, or they're going to serve their agendas.
Yeah, you think
Yeah.
it's one puppet master or two?
It's multiple.
One on
I,
this
I,
side
I,
and
I
one on
just
the
I
other
feel
side,
But
like
again, here we go
Obama did a
again.
pretty good
and
job. I don't know.
competing um, narratives and agendas.
Yeah, but here we go again. We're doing the they're all the same argument again, and it's just not true. I mean,
I don't
you're
think they're the
right. There are
same.
certain things that are inherent in politics. They're inherent in politics, and
Yeah,
this goes
lying,
back
cheating,
as
and stealing.
far as we can go back throughout the history of mankind, and when people get put in positions of power, what's the saying? Power corrupts,
Power
right?
corrupted.
Absolute power
Corruption
corrupts
and greed.
absolutely,
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
So we all understand that. Set that aside for 1 minute and ask yourself though, if we all agree that they all got dirt on them, we're looking at who's the least dirty. There is a difference between these people. They are not all exactly the same. And if I have to choose between Trump and not Trump, I'm choosing not Trump almost exclusively, because I think almost anybody is better than this clown. I mean, you got to put somebody like Hitler up there for me to say, okay, let's choose Trump. But I
Let me
mean,
ask you
at the
this.
end of the day,
I agree. I agree.
Let me
I mean,
ask you
come on.
this, yo. Sweaty tacos. Nobody here is racist. Nobody on my channel is racist. So I just want
With
to answer
Hitler,
that
you
right
got to
now.
Well, it depends
understand
on how you
he had
define
a whole
That's what
racism.
I'm talking
country.
about.
He had a whole
Let me
country that
let me just say that.
followed his lead, whether it's right or wrong. And I think
Say
it's
that again,
a
Adam. I'm
tr-
sorry.
I said Hitler had a whole country behind him. He had Germany behind him, and that was a sad state. What
I
happened
feel like we're
in World
going
War
down that
Two?
path
I feel like
anyway. But
Yeah,
Well, I
and
don't think the whole
the
country was
question
behind him. I
is
think there
whether it's
was
going to
a
be
not the
a
whole country.
Republican or a Democrat that does it
nah,
for
the
us.
whole country
Not the
is
whole country,
not
but
it'll
behind
definitely be a
Trump.
Republican before it's a
The
Democrat.
whole country is
I,
not behind Trump. You
Okay,
seen them damn
no,
protests this
and the
weekend?
whole country was not behind Hitler either. A huge
exactly.
amount of people
That
were not
was my
behind
point.
Hitler.
That was my
the
point. Yeah.
majority.
I don't even think it was the
Well,
majority,
I
to be
don't even
honest
know
with
what the
you.
numbers are, but yeah,
I don't
he
Yeah, I don't
either.
know
had
if you can put
control of the
numbers on it, but
military.
I don't even think it was the majority.
Yet it was World War Two. World War Two still happened.
Yeah, because he was a authoritarian freaking leader who used the military and the police to, fucking take out anybody who disagreed with him. And once people are scared, it doesn't matter what they believe. If they're scared, they're not going to act. So all those people who didn't act and allowed him to do what he did, yeah, they're accountable to some degree, but they weren't behind him. Just like
Yeah,
right
it's been a
now.
long time since you've had the Justice Department go after people for personal reasons.
I mean,
you have to understand there's a two-tier legal system.
They're
One for the
they're
rich and one for the average citizen.
it's
uh,
A
always
lot
been
of
that
the
way though.
rich, it's always gonna been that way. So how's
Yeah.
that fair? And when they gonna get away with corruption, greed, and breaking laws and stuff like that, what are you gonna do as an average citizen when it's always been that way? Nothing has
I'm going to try
changed.
to vote for somebody that's not blatantly corrupt.
Right?
Yeah.
One that is blatant or one
But
hiding
that's
in the
what I'm
closet.
saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's how
But
I
they're
But
not they're
feel.
but it's not
Maybe
that
it's
way
not
though.
true.
That's not
Maybe it's
true.
not true, but that's how I feel. It's like you either gonna get it blatant or you gonna get it sneaky with some sweet talk. You know
But
what I
that's
mean?
objectively not true
but
though. That's
that's
objective.
it,
We can look
it's
at
a
the statistics over the last 50 years and see that that's not true. That they're not all the same.
I'm
You
not
can
saying
go
that
through and you
all
can look at how
politicians
many.
are corrupted and greed.
I will say that all politicians are to some degree they're all corrupt to some degree. Okay, and again it could be something as minor as somebody saying, hey, can I come and talk to you about such and such issue? I've donated X amount of dollars to your campaign, and they'll talk to that person. Okay, that to me that's a level of corruption. I can't just walk up
Yeah, it's
to
access.
the White House and say, hey, I got something to say. So
no, you can't
there's a
know.
level of corruption. Yeah, well, I mean, if I had $1 million, I
I
You
could,
know
could
what
but
you meant. I
before
was
though.
kidding.
I
But
mean,
Russ,
there's
you
a
could
difference though.
before, man. That's the
I
Yeah, you're
difference.
right. You're
You
right. I
could with
I
agree with
can
that.
Obama. Like
I
you think
agree with
I
George
can
that.
Soros didn't
I can
have
I agree with that.
I can honestly say that I saw a change in Trump after he got his ear shot. After that, you start seeing a
What
lot
kind
of
of
different
change?
changes in his political, the way he said there ain't going to be no wars. He's going to end wars. Look how he talked about he's going to end Ukraine war.
But he
That's
hasn't
still
done
going
that.
on. How
Nothing
he
he's
created?
promised has come true. Nothing.
He
There's not
cut
one
back
thing
the
that he
money
promised
that
has
we
come
were.
true.
Yeah,
What
he
politician
drastically.
doesn't have empty promises that they don't keep?
Yeah, but you were just making a point
But
about
there are
him.
ones that keep their promises, though.
Yeah, and he drastically reduced the money we were giving Ukraine to try to help end that war. And here you got a guy that starts bellicose talk about we're going to take Greenland. What the hell is that?
Like, holy
Uh,
shit!
yeah.
Same reason Putin's taking Ukraine.
So
Well,
we're
there's a
cool that
reason
our
why.
guys like Putin.
Wait. Ukraine. We're helping Ukraine because look, whether people like it or not, we have geopolitical enemies. Russia is our geopolitical enemy. China is our geopolitical enemy
Geopolitical enemies for many different reasons,
for
including
many different
resources.
reasons, and we have other ones. Okay, so right now, which you again, we always go back to this. I hate having to say this again and again and again, but guess what? Every country's not perfect either. Ukraine is not perfect. Russia is not perfect. The U.S. is not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all agree with that.
nope.
Okay, but that being said, I would rather help Ukraine, okay, which has a more stable, friendly government towards us than I would want to help Russia. And that's just a fact. So we're going to help Ukraine for that reason. Ukraine wants to be a part of NATO. They want to be part of our team, so to speak. Well, before Trump got in office, that was our team. But we want people to be cooperative with us. Yeah, America has its own shitty, terrible past, but we all live here. We all have to accept that that's the way that it is. We can argue about it, but we all live here. We all want to do what's best for first Americans and then everybody else, right? So with that in mind, we need to help Ukraine, for that reason. But does it mean that we need to have a forever war? Of course not. And does it mean we have
America,
to support war? No, it doesn't. But you can't have somebody like Trump who has no knowledge whatsoever of the nuances of the geopolitics of that region. He's completely clueless. He knows nothing about any of this stuff. This
Salute,
guy
Kamal.
talked about a pen for like 5 hours in the White House the other day. Like, what the hell? He's a moron. The people around him, he has some smart people in certain positions around him that are
He's
manipulating
absolutely
him. Like you
moron.
said, Adam, he's being manipulated by a lot of people. But that's just one example. Ukraine, there's more to that than just a basic black and white. Should we or shouldn't we?
I
There's a lot of reasons why we should be there, and not as many as why we shouldn't. But Iran, there's zero reason why we need to be there. Zero.
And what's the
I
argument for taking Greenland, by the way?
Zero.
Come on now.
resources.
What's up, Kamal?
But
BS. BS.
Well,
BS. There's no reason
what
to
else?
take Greenland. There's no reason to even talk about Greenland. That was wrong. He shouldn't do it. He tried to bully him.
Or
They didn't go
Cuba,
for it.
or Venezuela.
Yeah. Or starving Cuba
There,
out, or like, you know what I mean? Like, we were repairing relations with Cuba. Now we're starving fucking people to death for no
I mean,
reason. For no
it's a
reason.
it's a lot of bad things going on. Yeah, there's a lot of bad places in the world. Every country has their own problems and their own trade-offs. You said America specifically was a shitty place. What has your vote
I didn't say
actually
that.
done?
who said
You
that?
said you said America was a shitty place. You did
I said
say
America
that,
has a shitty history. I said America has a shitty history.
Shitty
and
history.
it
It's not a
and what
shitty place. It's a shitty
and what?
history.
All right, shitty history. All right, what has the vote done to change that? Still a
Well, let's
lot of
see.
problems. Still a lot of
We
stuff.
got rid
Yeah,
of
civil rights movement.
yeah, we got rid of
Yeah,
women not
a
being able to
lot.
vote, blacks
Did
not
you
being
know
able to vote.
before the civil rights, black communities were actually thriving better before the civil rights?
That's
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 a
that's not
damn
true.
lie.
That's not
That's a
true.
damn lie.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
not
a
true
lie.
at all.
Research it.
That's
No, I
I
think
don't
that
gotta
you're
I
research it.
actually
I
referring.
could ask my mama.
Well,
yeah,
She's
I
still
have
living.
family members that would argue.
go ask your mama. That's
I
exactly
done heard
what
the
you need to do.
stories,
Go
man.
ask
I
your
done
mom.
heard the stories, man. That's not like go research it. Come
Well,
on.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he
go
can go
ask my
talk to
mama.
people. Well, yeah, I mean, he's talking to somebody
My
Hey,
mother was born
firsthand
in
that's
19
Well, let
experienced
me
my
those
finish
mother was
hold on,
why.
hold on,
my
hold on,
mother
y'all.
was
Hold
born in
on. Let dude talk.
1949 in Birmingham, Alabama. In Birmingham,
She would
Alabama.
know. She
Where
would
that church
know.
And
was blown up with the 4 little black girls in it. She lived Jim Crow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
My mother is still alive today. I don't need to go to no research it from no website. I got the actual source right here. I could
before
call her on the
civil
phone.
rights, there were more black people were thriving. They had more
And
businesses.
you
They
know what
had
was
more
happening to those
young
businesses?
marriage.
Now we could talk about this. You want to know what
That's
happened
not
to those
true. That
thriving
is not
communities?
true.
You want to know what happened to those thriving communities?
Get burned
They
down.
got burned down and raided, and people got hung and killed in the streets,
I'm not.
and
Well,
nobody ever got punished. That was before civil rights. So,
Yeah,
were we
even
able
when
to
You can
build?
take that
Were we
even
able to?
even when
Were we
Martin
able to
Luther
build these?
King,
We
even
were
when
able to
Martin
build
Luther
these
King
communities,
passed away,
but we didn't have any
he was fearing
protection.
that he led his people astray.
wait,
That's
huh?
a quote he made.
maybe
Wait, say
because
that
he
again.
chose peace and not violence. Maybe
Wait, I didn't hear what he said right there.
he said
I
something
said,
about Martin Luther King at the end of his life was fearing that he led people astray.
Yeah, I've
I
been to
don't
that
know
church.
about that.
I've
Yeah,
been in that church.
how do we even know that's something he said? I have no idea.
I've
He
been
might
in
have
that
look it
said
up.
church.
But
Don't take
he
my
but
might
word
have
for face value.
Nah,
he
but
might have said
honestly,
that he
I
realized
get
that
me?
pacifism might not get his people there.
yeah, exactly. And honestly, I couldn't care less what Martin Luther King has to say about it in terms of what the actual reality is. He's just one individual with an opinion, just like anybody else. He was a leader of the civil rights movement, but he wasn't the be all end
That's
all
the
of what was
only one.
actually happening and what was going on. He was just one. He was just one person. But it's demonstrably and again objectively false that black people on the whole were in a better position in this country prior to the civil rights movement. That is demonstrably and
That's
objectively
that's
false.
that's
That
that's a
is
The
just
crazy
I
statement.
mean,
the the
it couldn't be more false.
the
I mean,
only
it's
thing
There's
just
I
a,
it's
can
just
think
silly.
of that Adam might be referring to is there's been this narrative that maybe in the
That's crazy.
90s and 2000s, before more current events, that race relations were better and that they devolved since some of the cop killings and stuff like that. And that
Which
might
that's
be
also
true.
false. No,
Well, I mean,
that's also false.
it might be true that there was less
on.
political strife for a while. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong. Were there good parts to civil rights? Of course, you know. you know.
Well, that's a
I hope
current
so. I hope
But
so.
that's a current.
the
Wait, hold
thing
on, hold
that's
on.
happened is the thing that's happened now is you see more black people in jail. You see more police doing
Not
things
because of
against
civil
black people.
rights.
Yeah, that's not because of civil
You
rights.
have see more
That's
divorce.
in spite
You
of
see
civil rights.
more abortions. You
That
see
that has
more
nothing to do with
people
civil rights
on
either.
welfare, EBT cards, and stuff like that. Not
Okay, wait, wait,
all,
wait,
but
wait.
some.
I want to speak to that. I want to speak to that. Hold on, hold on. Okay, so more people in jail has nothing to do with people having more rights. That I don't know where I don't know how that would even logically make sense. Okay, you understand that like
I'm just saying
correlation,
there's two sides to a coin. That's all I'm
right?
saying.
And there's one that's potentially completely false and one that's completely true. All right, so you know
Sometimes you
if you
flip a
look
coin and it
if
lands
you look
right
at
on the
yeah, but this is not
edge.
something you flip a coin on, Adam. There's objective facts that
There's
you're missing
history.
here.
Yeah, this is
There's
history.
objective facts that you're missing here. There correlation. Okay, I could also say that the weather has gotten warmer over the past 50 years, 60 years since the civil rights movement. Does that mean that the civil rights movement caused the weather to get warmer? No, it doesn't. Okay, correlation does not equal causation, right? So the fact that there's more people in jail, that's something that actually started under the Reagan administration. Okay, when the crack epidemic started.
Yeah,
Okay, and they
started in
were
the 80s.
people were bitching about crime, right? Conservatives were making a big deal about crime, crime, crime. Okay, and saying we need to get tough on crime, and people were like, "Yeah, we need to get tough on crime. Let's build more jails. Let's put more people in jail." Never mind the fact that behind the scenes, the Reagan administration was having the Iran Contra fucking shit going on, where they were running drugs to one country, running weapons to another, and bringing cash into another. It was a whole triangle trade of drugs, cash, and guns. Okay, that the Reagan administration was doing. Okay, you remember a guy called Oliver North. All right, they were bringing the drugs into the country. Meanwhile, with the other
Hmm.
hand, they were putting people in jail for drugs, and that is a
While
The
fact.
same
people
There's
like
no
drugs that they
disputing
Trump
were
that.
are,
flooding our
So,
like
streets with.
people like Trump are
I
saying that you should give the death penalty to people that were accused of being rapists that didn't rape anybody.
but they got a rapist in the White House.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
go
I'm a
figure.
I'm
Well,
a firm believer that the law should be harsh for both, whether you're rich or poor, whatever your color is, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I
Wait,
don't
why should
believe
it be
somebody.
harsh? Why should
It
the
should
law
be
be harsh though?
just. Yeah,
All right,
just.
you got right now. You got more people.
to be just.
You got. It should be just throughout. That's
Okay, but
basically
wait.
what I'm
So
trying to
so are
say.
you telling me? So you telling me that the fact that black people had the same had accomplished
Did
the
I
same
say
rights.
black? I said all people.
Well, no, when you said the civil rights movement, which in large part had to do with black people, even though it actually has worked the best for non-black people, but let's just stick with black people for this one. Are you saying would you because you said black people had it better before civil rights? That's you said specifically that's what you said. So would you say that the
I
fact
said
of
black
giving
people thrive better
right? Okay, so what I'm
to
saying
civil
is
rights. I didn't
you're
say that everything was perfect and
so
everything
you're
that worked in the
saying
favor.
right,
There
right.
were
No, I
good
know
things
that.
that came out of that.
No, no, but you're saying that they thrive better, which I'm kind of confused with what that means. But
That's not
you're saying
true.
they thrive better before civil rights. So you're saying the fact that black people achieved equal rights under the Constitution, it actually made things worse for them.
What equal rights have they served that they
The
haven't
right
got?
to
The
vote,
right to vote,
that was one big. You had the Civil Rights
The-
Act, right?
right to
And
go
They
then
to
the
the
could
Voting
vote
Rights
polls,
Act.
before the
just like the
civil.
white.
They could vote before the civil rights. If I'm correct, I
No,
could.
not in many states they couldn't. Not in many states they couldn't. In some states, yeah, they could, but many states they black people were not allowed to vote. That's why we had the Voting Rights Act. That's why the civil. See, this tells me right
Yeah.
here. You really got to
Civil
research
Rights
more,
Act
Adam.
and
You
the
really got to.
Voting Act.
Yeah,
They're two
you gotta
different
That
things.
research
They're two
this.
different
yeah,
things.
they two. Yeah, you
1964 and
speaking two
1965.
different things, combining them together in one
Right, but
stuff.
but
Yeah,
they're under the umbrella of civil rights, right?
yeah,
So you're
you gotta
saying, and they're
research this,
both
Adam.
I I didn't put them under an
protected.
umbrella.
But they aren't. No, you didn't put them under, but they are. They are under the umbrella of civil rights.
That's
They
your
are both.
opinion.
That's a fact. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I mean,
Yeah,
the voting is
that's
a
a fact.
civil right.
That's a
Yeah.
civil right. What the hell is a civil right then? These are things that the Constitution was supposed to protect over everybody, but for some reason, some people it wasn't. And again, going back to the fact of the shitty history of this country. When the founding fathers, were talking about all men are created equal, they were not talking about black people. They were not talking about women. And we
They
know
weren't
this
talking about
because
the average white man. They're talking
you're
about the
right.
rich
You're
people.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, we
And
love the
Yeah.
because of that,
Rockets.
we had to have the civil rights movement. All of the other people but the people you were talking about, the quote unquote average white guys who were not rich or landowning, they were held to a lower standard than the wealthy ones. But they didn't have to fight for civil rights. They could go vote. They could go do all the things in a reasonable amount of time after this country was founded. All of that stuff, they were just grandfathered into
The
that stuff,
the
whereas
only
black
thing
people and women were not.
the only thing that's changed from the Middle Ages is back then they had kings and queens. Now we have presidents.
Well, we didn't vote for kings and queens though. We do vote for presidents, and that's the problem is that we don't have a king or a queen. We have a president, and the president
Like
is
you
not all
said,
powerful.
like you said,
Five minutes.
votes
5
for
minutes.
Trump winning allegedly. That's what you said.
Yeah, 5 minutes,
I think.
But
guys.
but
Oh,
you had a
I think
choice
there's
in
a
that.
case. I think there's a case to be made that it should be investigated because there is evidence that there are anomalies in the voting. When you've got areas that in certain states, these swing states, that on the down ballot they voted Democrat, but if for the president they voted Republican. That's a very weird thing to happen. That doesn't happen very often at
They
all.
said the
And
same
it,
thing when Biden won the presidency from
no,
Trump
no,
ran.
but
Yes,
there
they
was no
did.
fact. But the difference is, Adam, there was no facts to back that up. There are actual facts to back this up. And then there's another thing. Elon Musk said,
Then why is nothing being done about it?
because nobody's in a position to do anything about it because Republicans control the White House, they control Congress, and they control the Supreme Court. That's why nothing's being done about it right now. But something will be done about it eventually, I'm sure. Because right now you've got hundreds of thousands of people that are tired of this shit, and something's going to happen sooner or later, and it's going to come to a head.
And what are
It's
the
going to make
people going?
January 6th look like small potatoes. I promise you that.
Tell tell me what the American people going to actually do.
I
Spell
can't
it
tell you
out.
what they're going to do, but I can tell you what they could do.
Well, tell me. I want to
What
hear
I
it because
think
I'm.
what I think, I don't want this to happen, but what I think is you are going to get to a point in this country because it's already happening in places like the Philippines where gas prices are getting outrageous, food prices are getting outrageous. That's the bird in the coal mine right there. That's the canary in the coal mine.
This get.
We're seeing
I
it. Wait,
said, what
hold
do
on. You asked me the question.
I
Let me
just
answer.
wanted you to get to the point. You're not answering the
The
question. I said,
I
what are
am
people going to do about it?
I'm
And you
tell I'm
trying to
gonna
explain why people will do it.
I'm
I'm
fixing to
just.
tell you what they're gonna do. I just told you in the Philippines, people are already.
What does Philippines got to do with America?
Let him
Listen to
talk,
what I'm
man. Let
saying.
him.
You'll understand. Listen to what I'm saying. You'll understand. It's going to happen other places before it happens here because we're so well off in America. We have such a system to where a lot of our basic needs are met here that we're not going to see it as quickly as other places will. Places that are very poor off economically, like the Philippines, they're going to start feeling the hurt a lot quicker than we are, and they're already starting to feel it over there. And you're going to have people rising up and demanding that things change. And if they don't change, there will be people who will factually take up arms and go up against their government. They will do that.
Go up against the American military,
I don't
and you
think
think
so.
they're going to win in
I
that
don't think
outcome?
so.
I think that it's a lot more complicated than what you're saying. I think there's also people who are in the American military who will also be a part of it. The American military is not one
So they have.
unit that thinks all the
So
same.
no longer in the military, you think all people have access to automatic rifles, bombs, bazookas,
No, no,
missiles,
no, no.
nukes, and stuff like that?
You know
No,
That
what?
ain't
There's
gonna
there was a
happen.
place. I don't know if you ever heard of this place.
guys.
There's a place called Vietnam. They didn't have
I'm
access
about
to
to
any of that
end
stuff,
it.
and they did
Let
pretty good.
Blizzard talk.
I'm about. No, I'm about to shut it down. I gotta go. Look,
All
right in the
right.
middle of a good conversation. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm
Welcome back
sorry.
to America, Blizzard.
Right? Welcome home, motherfucker. All right.
That's
Yeah, I
that's
gotta
the
wind it down because it's getting late. I gotta get up and 4 hours.
I've been reading you,
Go
T.
to work.
Marshall. I've been reading you, bro. I see you.
I see him
That
down there too.
I think the main thing is a lot of people. It's a lot of stuff I see living overseas that I can see wrong with America, but at the same time, I can say that that's all over the world. The question is, out of all of history, what has actually been done about it? And to
A lot.
people around the world are actually, yeah, but you still have rapists, you still have pedophilia, you still have people taking advantage of the poor, you have people
So we'll just lay down and let it happen.
it's already it has been
Yeah,
happening
let's just lay
throughout
down and let it
history,
continue. Let's just let it continue.
and how many,
Nah,
and
nah. All
that's
right,
didn't happen
guys.
since the
All right,
dawn of
Blizzard.
man.
Yeah.
Adam, it's been a pleasure, man.
I'll,
We'll talk again.
I'll let y'all stay.
Oh wait, hey,
Where
Wishy's
we?
here. We got to continue now.
Wishy,
I
the
will,
beautiful Wishy is in the building, but I do have to go, guys. Like I gotta prioritize my
yeah,
sleep.
I was gonna say
All
I'm
right,
I'll
already
brother.
going
see
on like
everybody
four
later.
hours.
T, take
I'll
care of your tea, Blizzard.
take care of my tea. Y'all was spilling my tea everywhere tonight, man. But I still appreciate y'all coming up.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna wind it down. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one,
Just
man.
I just had one quick response. He says, "I'm glad Adam doesn't have any power because world would be fucked."
You
Well,
don't
I
gotta
can tell you
respond to everything.
what I would say. Would I say if I was in power, I'd be assassinated my
Bye,
first day of
Wishy.
president.
Bye, Wishy.
The reason that would be is because I will make changes that would be fair to the American people, where people can actually thrive and survive with laws are fair to everyone. I'm not
That's what all the
saying
authoritarians say,
All
Adam.
right. All right, Adam. Adam
that's
I'm
Kid
playing.
why
I'm playing.
that's why
2028.
I
I'm
would be
playing.
assassinated.
All right, y'all.
Adam
Everybody
All
Kid
have a
right,
good
take care.
night.
2028, baby. All right,
Stay
man.
positive, everybody. Stay
Catch y'all
positive.
later, man.
All right, now.
Peace, peace. Thank you, guys.
Peace out.
All right, guys. Wishy's in the building. Let me say hi to Wishy real quick, man. I wish you had came earlier. Hi, Bestie Wisty. Bestie Wish. But I gotta wrap this up, man. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Thank you guys for supporting Blizzard Abroad, supporting the Positive Manosphere, supporting the other small content creators that come from and are involved in this community, right? Especially we got Cisco in the building. AJ was in here earlier. TJ, I hope he's starting his content creator journey. We'll see, but I hope he is. Um, Special shout out to my one and only mod. Can't wait to have you back, but take however much time you need. So I want to close this out, man, because the initial conversation was about time, energy, and effort, and then I find myself in the conversation I really don't even want to be in. I like it. There's parts where, like, I don't know if you can see my energy. Like um, you can see when the topic comes up that I like. You kind of see me, you know. I kind of get into it, but at the same time, man, that's what this channel is for, and I'm always gonna keep providing an outlet for these kind of conversations. Sometimes I enjoy them. Sometimes they're hard conversations to have, man, but they are necessary, and I just appreciate that we can have them here, you know, without going crazy, without attacking each other, and that's the most important part for me. No matter what the conversation is, if it's productive, if it's positive, if we're able to have these conversations in an adult and matured way, then I'm willing to keep providing this platform for you guys. You know, y'all know how it do. This was supposed to be barbershop, so it's any topic that anybody wants to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Um, so when it comes to the Wednesday streams, that's more me guiding it and keeping it on track. But barbershop talk, it's supposed to be like how we talk at the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? So any topic goes. Any topic goes. But I'm always gonna have a topic. I'm always gonna have a positive topic down here. Stop spilling the tea. Your time, energy, and attention. You know what I mean? Pour back into yourself sometimes, man. Protect your time. It's the most valuable asset you got in life, right? Protect your energy so you're not drained all the damn time. Your physical energy and your mental energy. So you're not draining yourself, right? You're not emptying your cup out. You don't have the energy to do anything else. And protect your attention. Your attention is valuable. It's being mined, farmed. It's being monetized. People are getting rich off your attention, and you're just giving it away. You're giving it away for nothing, for free. All right? Be intentional. Be intentional. Guard your time, protect your energy, and control your attention. That's the message for tonight from Blizzard Abroad. I'm glad the fellas came up. Thank you, Cisco. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Rush, for coming up. Thank everybody that was in the bushes and everybody that was in the chat. Salute. Salute to you guys. I can't wait till we do this again next time. I'm on call next week, so I'll be off next week. If I do pop up, I'll pop up. If not, we'll be back the week after, and we'll run it back. We'll run it back. Y'all have a good night. Thank you guys again. Stay positive. Welcome to the Positive Manosphere. This is how we do it, man. Grown men conversations, grown men energy, and see you guys next time.
Don't confuse a message for the man that was saying with it. Some lessons meant to heal, others to build. I ain't repenting shit. Now my scars are my armor, and I'm equipped with it. Pain taught me discipline, now I move different with it. They used to call me two guns, now I'm mentor to a sons. Taught them how to crawl, how to walk, and how to run. And I still sit and deliver, I ain't done. Legacy, emotion, newest chapter just begun.